It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Mortys are human.
No, they're not. Mortys are never human.
No, Mortys are absolutely human.
No, they're not.
We can't. Tivis, you all right, bro? Tivis.
Listeners, you need to go
Bruh.
watch the opening to the video.
Bruh. This was like
He has had his camera off
minute,
during our prep.
it was like a 20-minute fucking camera.
We didn't
off
know
setup.
why. I don't even know how to describe. He has a costume.
He has a costume.
Oh, sorry.
Tivis feels ashamed, I feel, for you.
Yeah, he's like actually embarrassed and ashamed on my behalf.
I just don't know what to think.
Oh, shoot.
Are
So how's
sure we
everyone
watched
doing?
the same?
Welcome back.
Owl for the court of owls. Okay, anyway.
Yeah, welcome back to Operation Babble, guys. If you did not see
If you
any
never
of our
left.
if you did not see any of our tweets or Facebook posts or anything like that, right now we are going to doing Operation
Exactly.
Babble, right? We're doing Operation Babble only every other week right now, as we're working on some well, I'm just busy. Let's just
Yeah, I
face
was
it.
gonna say don't fucking me right now.
So we're doing that, and so just catch us next and in 2 more weeks after this episode. So with that said,
Well, assuming we do even any good today.
yeah.
Don't be so
we
presumptuous.
always do great.
Oh,
We are great. That's why we brought Tivis, so we do great things.
Bring the
Life
show
is-
down.
Only because your mental capacity is so heavy and strong that we are weighed down by you.
I watched Wonder Woman 84, and I was like, the podcast is good, but it could be better.
Don't
Then I got Tivis.
Yes, let's bring that back. I missed that meme. That was too short.
To be
short-lived.
fair, Max Lord was the only good part of that entire goddamn film. His storyline was like the only good part.
But his acting could have been better.
Hey, it's better than Mando.
Oh, he is Mando, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he just does voiceover for that. So is it
No,
Which
I
I
think
was
he's
like,
actually
why even
in the
bother?
suit.
Yeah, but
barely?
again,
barely.
why bother? But why bother? I
Yeah.
don't know. It's all
Yeah.
stupid.
Anyways, today we're talking about the movie, the Netflix film Kate on Netflix, starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Woody
You mean my
Harrelson.
future wife?
You mean Huntress? Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've had a crush on her since oh my god, my hat.
Scott Pilgrim.
No, actually, because I'm not a fucking flamer. Live Free Die Hard. She was Bruce Willis's daughter, Miss McLean.
Oh, okay. That's where
Yeah.
I've
Or
seen it
no,
before.
Gennaro. Sorry, because she was a big fucking bitch about it until the end of the movie, of course.
When it actually, would help her.
Oh, my dad fucking saved my ass. Okay, now I'll use your last name, even though it's your fucking bloodline, work the patriarchy.
Well, I always just remember from Scott Pilgrim versus the World, as Ramona Flowers, everybody. But yeah, she's been in a bunch of other great things. Didn't she do that Cloverfield movie?
Let's be careful throwing around the word great.
Yeah, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Okay.
That was
Um,
all right.
Still have
That
to
was
watch.
okay. It's a good thriller.
She also played Mary Todd Lincoln in Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and that is a
Yes.
great movie.
That is a great film.
So
And I
don't
still
tell
maintain
me.
that. I still maintain that and Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. That's some good shit.
I never watched that one.
It's a good one.
Tivis, what were you gonna say?
It's totally
Don't
shit,
tell me you
but it's
didn't.
fun.
I was
have you
just going to
not
say
seen
she's
that?
also in Fargo, apparently. No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, the
yet.
TV show?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
heard good things about, but I haven't watched. So
Oh, awesome. She's also in Final Destination 3. which I didn't know that, so I'm gonna go back and rewatch that one.
3D.
Are we just gonna go through her IMDb right now?
I mean,
yeah, I'm totally just looking at it.
God,
I didn't know she was in that, and I've watched that movie so many times.
This movie also has Carnage.
All right, chill out. Like, let's not do that.
Everybody knows what Woody Harrelson's been in. So.
No, we're talking about the man from White Man Can't Jump. Let's be fair. That's who we're talking about.
Yes,
Just
and
give
then
him
it
a
does star
Twinkie.
Woody Harrelson and a bunch of other people.
See, it's funny you say that. In one of my moments of this movie, I'm going to be bringing up that specific reference. So that's funny that you say that. I feel like Kate has essentially something like that, and I think they do it better. I think they do it on the same level. It's almost exactly the same, but I actually think they execute.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'll bring it up when we start going.
Okay.
There's a little running joke with a character, and I'm kind of sad because just kind of to start, this movie's really good at doing the setup, and then you get a payoff at the end. But the problem is they're so blatant about the thing you can tell that they're setting up that I feel like by the time I got to the reveal or the payoff, they fucked it up. But it was nice that they did it. I just feel like they did it in a really shitty, superficial, oh fuck, we got to get this done kind of way. And I'll bring that up as we go. So
my thoughts opening into this is very much live action anime. Like,
is it just because it's set in Tokyo?
Japan?
Not just that, but like literally everything in it. I was getting Ghost in the Shell vibes mixed with like this
because it's Japanese. You're being racist, dude. I'm sorry, you're not changing anything right now.
That's not being racist. It's just
he's
just
comparable
stating
vibes,
it.
but
this is funny.
There's a reason anime looks the way it does because of where it's made.
The title Psychopaths came up in my brain like 4 times.
I don't know what that is.
Very Psychopaths.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were showing Tokyo Ghoul on that building in a scene, but I am
very curious to see what that anime was.
I honestly think it was like a mixture of Ghost in the Shell and Hitman. This was a straight up Hitman film.
Wow,
like,
really?
Just change up a few things, and this is the Hitman we should have got years ago.
I say it's essentially just a remake of Crank, but like being serious, but being more serious. That's what it feels like. Like
it's completely different. Like the only thing that you get from Crank within this
is so not completely different.
The only thing with Crank that you can take from this is her being poisoned. So again, there are going to be spoilers
and having
for this
to
movie,
figure out how to get jolted. The only difference is that they gave her syringes, kind of like in Terminator Dark Fate, where she had to like replenish them constantly. It was kind of like a video game. This was very video game-esque, which I've noticed a lot lately.
I would say Crank is more like a video game than this, because in Crank, he's literally having to get to things to keep himself going.
But not only that, but he has to find.
Like, doesn't he have sex with somebody just to keep his heart rate up?
Well, it's his girlfriend. Well, that's the thing. His thing isn't that he needs to be kept alive. It's that he has to keep his heart rate up, which I find a little bit more interesting because it's kind of like you. Granted, if we're gonna do the video game comparison, it's like watching the health bar go down. With her, it's just random. It's like we're just gonna have this fight, no matter what kind of damage she takes, as long as she pops one of them syringes into her leg. Which, let me tell you, I was making sure we were counting them out, and they actually did a good job. So well done. It was just after every section. Okay, here's the checkpoint, and then hits the arm. Or stabs herself in the leg and then just moves on to the next. A
lot of times it was after she
which
had.
I'm not necessarily saying is a bad thing. I want a lot of people to understand that I don't necessarily find that to be a bad thing. I just think that this movie really kind of just played really Wile E. Coyote with a lot of their rules, which I'm totally fine with because it was was fun. It's a fun movie. I'll tell you how much I hate it or like it later, but
Dennis,
I'll just tell you what
take it away.
as we go.
I was hoping you guys would start because we jump right in the middle of stuff, and again, another anime reference. This is like very like Appleseed like.
Mm-hmm.
I think I watched a little bit of Appleseed. I only saw like the first 2 episodes, I think. So I don't know.
Oh, I don't know if it was a TV show, it was a movie.
If you guys are comparing with animes, I can't even join in that conversation.
Yeah, like we jump right into the action.
Mm-hmm. Do you though?
Yeah,
It's actually a
kind
pretty
of.
slow beginning.
I don't think it's a slow burn.
It's
I
like
mean, we have
in
a
the middle of a
slow-mo
mission.
assassination. Yeah, we have a slow-mo assassination.
Yeah, but that's not. I wouldn't say that's like high action or anything. It's more intense. It's not
she
action.
literally kills 2 guards to get her scope spot, which
Yeah.
I did have a problem with that. I was like, why would you kill anybody? Because that would create attention in the first place. Why wouldn't you figure out a more stealthy way to get onto the roof? Especially if most likely you've already scouted this sniper position. Like, why are you killing people to do
Electra
that?
doesn't care about security guards, so
I have a question.
Electra.
It's been a while
Nice.
since I've seen the Bourne movies. Did they also begin similar to this, like where he's already in the middle of stuff?
Oof.
don't remember the first one. So
No, I think, well, I think the first one they end up on the boat and we just do like flashbacky type stuff.
Mm.
If I remember correctly. It's been a while now with the Bourne movies. But like just with this one, it was like, no, we come in straight mission with her and Woody Harrelson talking, which, by the way, no spoilers. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna spoil. That's not a spoil. The first fucking 5 minutes I called the end of this film. He's Obadiah Stane. Like, I'm just like Woody Harrelson with the shaved head. I'm like, all right. This movie didn't even like remotely try and hide it. It was kind of sad. Like, they thought it was going to be some big twist, and they don't even give
I
you
saw
like
it coming, but
done.
I didn't think it was a detriment.
No. Again, totally 100% saw it coming a mile away 5 minutes into the film, but I was at that point, even though it's like in my brain, I spoiled it because the people that are running it aren't that clever. Because he's not part of the movie at all. Like, he's just
he just fucks off after a while.
Yeah, he just doesn't do anything. He has a couple of phone calls, does a thing. It's like, hey, remember how we're important? But he never like proves it. Doesn't help her with ammo caches. Doesn't.
I was very
have random phone calls to help her out.
With him, like, is he part of an organization, or is it just him?
Well, the way that they were doing it, it seemed like
you don't see anyone else
Kate,
in the organization.
Well, no. What I'm saying is it felt like Kate, Varric, and the voice on the phone. They were like their wet shop. Like, they would go off and do their wet work. That was their thing. And Varric's end game was to hopefully get Kate to reconsider to come join the Yakuza, which there are about 3 things that happen in the Yakuza that would not actually happen. So try again, Netflix, please. Like, there are a few things because I've played the games, and I also think Samurai and Yakuza lore is actually really neat. They're a very traditional gang mentality, so there are some things in this movie.
My only experience is with Archer.
Well, and also don't forget Ninja Assassin.
Yeah, according to this
you guys
thing
can't
I'm
base
reading
that
to
off
remember
of games though.
No, just games and movies and lore. There is lore. What you think I've never like read a book? Like,
okay,
I mean,
I just want the audience to know.
Actually read.
Yeah, I
like
just want the
Japanese
audience to know that you're just not trying to compare Japanese culture to a video game.
No, I'm actually, just full disclosure as we go, I think this movie gets a higher rating from me because I like Japanese culture, which I don't actually feel they actually do in this film. I think it's all really superficial to a point because I feel like Netflix had a message. And Kojima says it at the end of the film, which kind of pissed me off. I think if they edit it out, I'd like it a lot more. But when we get there, I'll bring that up. But for the most part, it's really stylized. And if we're talking about the Yakuza, they have codes. Japanese people, it's all about elderly wisdom, honor, status, and purpose. It's a big thing. Like know your place is kind of their culture, and it's kind of almost like military, but they want that to be part of like their civilization too, which I find interesting. I wouldn't say it's a good thing, but I do think the idea of like really trying to I don't know, be more respectful is probably the word I can think of, and that word can get a little muddy from time to time, so I understand that. So
Okay.
Getting back to his whole thing, the thing I'm using to kind of remind myself what the hell happened, because I watched this at 2 a.m, so I was
oh my goodness, why
a
so
bit
late,
sleepy.
dude?
It is his organization, Varric's.
Okay.
So he runs it.
According to this thing I'm using to remind myself, yeah.
All right. Well, the
My
movie
only thing is,
totally
like,
does not let you know,
because
that.
you don't really see him, like, you don't see her training with other people.
No,
So
it's
you're
just him.
kind of questioning where it's just her and him.
Well, but they
So it's
also
really
call
just
him her handler. He's
Right.
just a handler. So he's not the boss, he's a handler. Which
Right.
also, like, we have no because there's a voice on her comms that tells her all the sites and doing all that. So you'd assume like this would be like a CW moment where we go back and see Emily Bett Rickards, chilling on a computer saying, all right, here we go. You have a 10-second window, take the shot.
I started thinking towards the end, I was just thinking that it was just Woody Harrelson with a voice changer.
And that sucks because it doesn't feel like there's an organization, and I refuse to believe that they're doing the kind of things that they're doing with just them. Which again,
well, it'd be a hitman. It basically, how it's set up is it's like a pimp and a hitman instead of a pimp and a prostitute. It's literally what that is, because you're seeing only him and then her. He's getting paid to do the mission and pays her whatever to actually do it.
Getting back to the
I just gotta go no, like everything about that.
Okay.
Because even if that was real, it would be fucking weak as shit, dude. It would be so weak. Like just two people are doing these huge international like type jobs, and they talk about, because it reminds me of Gemini Man with Will Smith.
Never watched it.
Gemini Man. Yes, I get it. It kind of feels like that. It's just somebody who's, we're told, is the best of the best because I've never missed a shot in 12 years, Mary Sue. And so now she grows a conscience, but still kills him and feels bad about it. So it's like a revenge. I don't even know how to describe this because it's very, very generic. But
I would disagree after seeing another film that I'll probably bring up.
Oh, sure. I would say, but for me, I would say this is highly, highly generic, really obvious, but really, I will say, decently executed. I think a lot of the film, like, there's a lot of, like, my pretentious filmmaking side, let that come out for a minute. I think a lot of the lighting's really fun and stylistic, so I'm glad that they're in Tokyo. Like, what'd you think? Yeah.
What'd you think? I got asked. There's a scene where she throws a guy, or she's getting thrown over.
I hate it.
And they rotate the camera.
I'm gonna get there. There was a scene where she goes through like the old, like she goes and kills a bunch of bosses in this, and we can get a little bit more, but I'm just trying to give like a lot of initial points that I think that I can gloss over later.
And listeners, that's John's cat in the background, by the way.
Yeah, can you like stop playing with your toys? Morning. She goes to, generic like white sliding door, kind of like the Mortal Kombat movie that just recently came out, so they could splatter blood all over it and make it look cool.
That's actually literally what Nick said, because Nikki watched this with me.
Yeah.
And she's like, they probably only did this so because everything else is grayed out.
Exactly.
The walls are all gray. The
it's
walls
neon.
are the
White. Neon.
Well,
Like
I'm talking inside that one scene.
But I'd also say even just the movie. Everything is very intentional. And if you know movies enough at this point, especially with Netflix, because they're almost all starting to feel like carbon copies. Because I had a couple of feelings of Extraction, which is not necessarily a bad thing because they did a lot of long takes, like super long takes, especially with the action. I would argue a lot of people really like that from Daredevil, so that's why we were seeing stuff like that. Again, not a detriment. I actually think that's really impressive and something we don't get to see a lot anymore. But with a lot of those camera moves and stuff, it was like, ooh, this is really impressive. And then they try to do something stylized. Like you said, she gets flipped into a table and the whole fucking camera does like a 360. Yeah. And I go,
yeah,
I understand that you were trying to be stylized and kind of cool, but that's fucking too much. That's some hardcore Henry shit. And you really need to chill out because your movie is not that movie. You haven't set that up. And they do that like 3 different times. The car chase was another example of where like the movie kind of forgot what they were doing.
That car stuff chase. Like that is what reminded me of anime, because it seems pretty clear to me that this person took inspiration from a lot of this stuff, because I know we haven't had a whole lot of success with transitioning from that to live action, but I mean, we have seen movies that are pretty much just that. If you animated it, look exactly
they're emulating what they saw in animation and shit like that. So I get that. It was funny though, like all right, so where are we exactly?
We haven't even started. We're still at the beginning.
Let's just go through.
So we open the film. Kate is on a mission to kill a Yakuza member, a high-ranking officer, and she gets there. She sees her target, and she gets hesitant because one of her personal codes are not in front of children, and the officer is there with a kid who is like a teen. And so the person in her ear, who I thought sounded like a woman, but this is saying it was Varric.
What is it saying that on?
This is what this is. It's saying at Varric's insistence. She chooses to shoot the guy in front of the kid, and she's filled with regret by doing it. So she goes back to Varric afterwards and is like, all right, I'll do one more, and then I think I want out of this lifestyle. I'm just gonna live.
Sorry.
And from that we go to she's at a bar or something and meets a singer that she sleeps with.
Wait,
or not a singer, a stranger.
Yeah.
I thought it was a prostitute.
The guy from Haunting of Hill House, by the way.
Is it?
Whose name is Stephen.
Stephen.
Well, because the idea was he was essentially Stephen King from Haunting of Hill House. He was an author who wrote scary stories.
Oh, R.L. Stein.
All right, how dare you even put those two in the same category? Because R.L. Stein is an actual genius and Stephen King's a fucking psychopath.
Agreed.
Sorry, he made good shit, but he made a child sex orgy scene. Sorry, the guy's a freak and should probably be in prison. But to be fair, so
he's an author. Books tell stories of all kinds.
That is in
child orgies. Yes, I love those stories. God, apparently so does Netflix. Cuties too. Did you know the worst part about it? It's going to be a prequel.
They're getting a sequel to that? Like, no way.
He's fucking with
I was gonna say. All right. Moving on. Take us through.
So she sleeps with him and they drink a whole bottle of wine. After this, she's preparing for her her final mission, and
she pays him too. She totally pays him for the sex.
Well, but I also feel like man, you gloss over so many fun little moments about this. It was essentially we get the relationship of Woody Harrelson and Kate right before her first mission in Osaka, which she kills this dude, which sets everything off. We got the older brother watches him die while the daughter dies. And that
daughter watches him die.
Yeah, and she rattles to the bone, which
I
don't know if that conversation really hit me as hard as they wanted it to, because they do the whole thing. We had one rule, no kids. It was a kid who saw the death. I feel like she wouldn't give a fuck about that.
I think the rule was the kids weren't supposed to be around there.
No, but do you understand that that's what they were trying to infer?
Yeah.
But I go, you didn't set that up good enough, because she does have a flashback when Varric, or whatever his name is, Woody Harrelson, grabs her and her parents are dead in a bed. And I kind of feel like that
I think
was
he
supposed
killed
to
her parents.
That's what I'm kind of thinking too. But they just don't really do a good job of explaining that. And because she had like a Dexter moment where she's picked up as the child in the blood of her parents by this person and then raised.
So Woody Harrelson's like, Thanos then. So
sure, why not? I mean, sure, why not? Because he still betrays. But at the end of the day, I was sitting there going like, this is not established, so it doesn't hit the way you like the movie thought it was going to, because it was just like, oh, no kids. I was like, no. It would have made more sense if the target was the kid. You know what I mean?
from this conversation, you see, I think it was that conversation happened, and then you get 10 months later, and she's starting to notice couples with kids and shit like that. So she's like wanting to build a family.
But that conversation happened.
I don't understand. Right. That conversation happened before that, but then they have another conversation and they still bring up the whole no kids thing. Before.
Well, no, that's when we find out that was my one simple rule.
Right.
Because you were trying to figure out why she was hesitant to do it in the first place. It's like, you've been doing this for decades and you're pissed off. Why? Because the kid just happens to be there. I just find that a little unbelievable. Because she's probably dropped bodies and she's already done it. Like you see later, she doesn't care. It's like, well, I'm protecting myself. It's like, come on now. You've been doing this for decades. I'm sure you've dropped bodies in front of plenty of kids in the public. Just because it's their kid, it's a problem? Because then they would make the argument, well, obviously, because she has a personal belief in it. And it's like, well, you don't establish that until the end of the film, which at that point, it's null and void. I don't care. I've been so desensitized to everything else. It's like, I kind of think
an hour and a half has gone by and now I fully forgot about that one.
It's part. Like, sorry, movie. I think you're full of shit, because she's already having her redemption arc with Ani. So I'm just kind of like, you tried to have your cake and eat it too, and you fucking terribly did it. But we also do, just for the sake of it, so we don't lose it. Yeah. Because this is something I like that they tried. I think they failed miserably. They do the Boom Boom Lemon. It's a popular Japanese fizzy drink.
It's
essentially like a fizzy lemonade.
It's not real.
Yeah, it's not real.
Well, but in their world, it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. And the only reason why I know it's fizzy is because they made the fizzy sound when she popped it. So
she didn't even get to pop it.
She drinks it at the beginning, and she drinks it in the taxi at the end. So you're wrong twice.
Oh yeah, she does do it at the beginning, but she didn't open
you're wrong
it in
twice.
the taxi.
You're welcome.
She didn't open it in the car at the end. It wasn't
she did.
The taxi.
She drank half of it. With
she
Kojima
didn't open it.
Right next. Oh no, Kojima did, but he still heard it, and she drank half the bottle. So shut up. So you're wrong twice. By the way, I like how you tried to get me that she didn't open it. I was like, okay, sorry, she drank it.
So if you want to make Boom Boom Lemon drink, basically you need a 2-liter bottle of club soda and 12-ounce can of frozen lemonade concentrate. That's how you can make it if you want to. Someone made up the fucking recipe.
Told you it was fizzy, bitch. See, I pay attention. See, this is why I watch it the morning of, because I always know you guys do it a couple of days beforehand.
I watched it last night, so it's still
Okay.
fresh. Yeah.
Apparently
had no
not.
choice but to watch it on, I guess, Tuesday morning.
I was making a sandwich at the beginning of it, so.
Wow. Thank you for making us do homework, and you couldn't even be bothered to read the first chapter, you prick.
It was on. I sat down by the time she killed the girl's
I'll be
dad.
right back.
All right, so
Yeah, so then we begin her
Yeah.
her final mission, which while she's getting ready on the roof of this building, which by the way, I was right. The thing playing on the building is Tokyo Ghoul Route A, which is the name they gave the second season of Tokyo Ghoul.
okay.
So yeah, I know my anime. I may have only watched the first season, but I recognize the characters.
Oh, yeah, no. Sorry, if you guys go back, it was fucking driving me nuts, dude. There was like a little tuft of hair like I missed when I was trimming.
Yeah,
and it looked
all your
really
listeners don't care.
Well, I fucking care because I have to stare at my own ugly ass face. Okay, anyway, sorry.
So she starts feeling the effects of something. She's getting dizziness, and she misses her shot like a lot.
Yeah. Well, she hits him. She hits him in the arm. That's why he has the arm thing later in the movie. So she hit him in the arm, just fucked up.
Like right before that, I found that.
Oh no, Myke!
I thought he was fucking with me.
I thought so too.
Yeah, he like froze. I hope this is being recorded audio.
It is.
It's hilarious as fuck right now.
Since this is going to be edited out anyway, that show was Tokyo Ghoul. That was right. Oh, he stopped.
I'm sorry, that was fun as hell though. I had a blast. That was what a beat. We need to send that shit to Tom McDonald or Ronald McDonald or whatever the fuck that dude's name is. Gotta say, well, I'll just backtrack us a little bit since he had to disappear. I actually found it really interesting because the whole thing is this is essentially Gemini Man meets Crank. Like that's pretty much what this movie is. An assassin that has a very short amount of time has to keep themselves alive just long enough to make all those people pay, or at least figure out who needs to go down for what happened to her. While at the same time, the whole motivation was to get out of the game and go just be a normal ass person. So we really get our first glimpse of that at the bar when she wears this really sexy ass white dress, meets the dude at the bar, and she gets railed. Yay. We get to see all the scars. Very season 1 of Arrow when he comes back and has sex with what's her face, and they see all the scars and all that jazz. I think it's kind of neat. As soon as it's done,
I was getting to continue my anime references. I was getting Trigun feels.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. If anything, I'd like to think the guy that picked her up was the priest. And then I go Inuyasha.
That's not going to make sense to anyone.
And then I'd say Inuyasha priest as well. God, Inuyasha's good.
It really is.
Or show. But like she leaves, you get to see her personality very quickly. Somebody who's very determined, somebody who gets the job done, and then wants to just fuck off, do her own thing, but wants to be alone. I mean, the brooding soldier of fortune who wants a better life. Cool.
Yeah.
Totally easy. Nice, simple template. She just fucks off to go do her next mission. And as she's about to take out the new target, we get the whole comms in the ear thing. She's set up, ready to go, which again, I was a little pissy. When you're doing a sniper run and you have that kind of intelligence where it's like literally you have a 10-second window, literally you're right here. The fact that she was holding it really annoyed the fuck out of me, but it was a cool shot because they just wanted her on her knee to do that thing with the like cool backlighting, where with their first shot she was sitting there laying down as a pure sniper would if you're stuck there for at least 5 minutes to I know some snipers that I've heard have been under there for fucking hours. We're talking like somewhere around 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
Depending on what the target is. And I just find it strange that, and again, this is one of those things where I think movies need to take more account of, which I was okay with this movie because they had a couple of those moments where females really have to adjust stylized ways of using weaponry because of their lack of formidable strength against a male competitor. And I mean, even just the mechanics of a weapon. Like that sniper rifle, she's shooting as far as you go. I understand that the silencer is going to give you a sound that makes you feel like, oh, that doesn't seem that bad. But that thing's going to cock you back. Like one of the sexiest things I get to watch are compilations of these really cute girls, and you guys are about to see I'm a bit of a pervert. They wear like yoga pants and they'll be out on a range and they'll do a sniper shot and their whole body jiggles. You know what I mean? If she was trying to do that on her knee from that kind of distance with that caliber of a gun, she's falling over. End of discussion. Like especially somebody that tiny. This is another movie logic.
It's another anime thing, you know.
Yeah, it's very movie logic. Like we get a lot of that, and that's kind of my big complaint with the finale. But while on top of that, they do a lot of those tropes well, while also going like, you could have done that just a smidge better. Like really, a lot of my complaints are mostly superficial, while just kind of like, you know, like the idea of it being horrifically predictable. A little unbelievable at times, but well shot and well executed, so I can give it a pass. And I felt there were 2 payoffs that were so fucking lackluster. I was just kind of like, meh. Other than that, I really enjoyed it. Like, I hate to keep potentially telling people how much I actually like it, because, like, you know, Tivis, I hate everything, right? Like, I think everything is shit. That's
most things.
Yeah, that's the meme. Right?
I wouldn't say everything.
I actually I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it till the end. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you how I actually felt when we
go from her again.
So
I'm not doing it.
I missed out on some conversation John was having about the fighting style. Is that what it was? I could barely hear it. So
okay,
that's just shot style where she took the shot from the roof.
Well, a little bit of both. So we'll get into more like the fighting stuff because I actually have some comparisons to Batwoman, and a few other things. Netflix has a style; they do their things. But right now, the scene we were picking was when she's gonna go for her second target at this point, after she slept with the dude from Haunting of Hill House.
When she starts finally
feeling
something from the
Steven, yes. And so she locks and loads her sniper rifle, big caliber too. I'm assuming it's probably not a 50 cal because it doesn't seem like she's shooting from that far. I'd probably say somewhere in the 35 range. Still pretty good, still pretty solid trajectory. Gonna have a lot of kickback, especially because we'd already seen her take probably a farther shot during the day next to ocean water. So you're talking a lot of windage. Also in Tokyo, I guess. I mean, Tokyo, they have these big, tall ass buildings. We're talking Chicago style ass
Bigger.
winds. Yeah, probably even bigger. Thank you. You're going to have a lot of windage. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. So your accuracy really, really doesn't make sense. I understand I'm overthinking it, but when we're trying to do this sexy ass, stylized assassin thing, that's the kind of shit we should talk about. Because Black Widow didn't even fucking bother. So this is a better Black Widow movie than the one we got. So the whole thing is she sets up her thing, and they have this really cool. Can I tell you? Did you guys ever see Skyfall? The James Bond Daniel Craig Skyfall.
Which one was that? What number?
It was the only way I can always do this is which singer did the intro. It was the Adele one.
No, I don't think.
Well, if you guys get bored, it's the one that everybody, all the fucking film snobs, even though it's fucking boring, the ending's terrible, and most of Daniel Craig's stuff hasn't been good after Casino Royale.
Mosher, you hear
So
that?
nothing.
Tell me
It
about
is the
release.
23rd James Bond, 3rd Daniel Craig, 2012.
Yes. Okay. They do a lot of this neon through the looking glass type stuff and hallways and glass and panels and blah blah blah. I got a lot of those vibes from this. Again, not necessarily a bad thing, just an observation.
It's also very accurate though for Japan.
Sure. No, like I said, I think a lot of people misconstrue the fact that I bring that up as a criticism, which it is, but it's also an observation.
Yeah.
The criticism doesn't necessarily mean it's good or bad. It's just something I noticed. Because for all you know, I like neon lights. Bitch, I go to raves every day.
I like neon lights, so give me
I think they're cool.
It's
so
funny, we've been seeing a lot of those in a lot of movies I've been watching on Netflix lately.
Well, it's Netflix.
After we talked
Carbon,
about
whatever.
What was it? The greens and the pinks from Generation X.
Yep.
That was like.
I just watched Batman Forever again. It's like, man, Joel Schumacher came back from the grave and taught a bunch of fucking DOPs. Like, just use these.
Everybody, when he passed away, everyone started watching his stuff, and he's like, well, we should do this.
Yeah, let's get the golems. I can't wait for the neon face paint in the sequel.
I just want to see someone break his 70,000 record.
Come on.
It's been a while.
Syphilis is a hell of a thing. My comment was before we were rudely interrupted by Susan Wojcicki and the internet trolls.
No one's gonna get that reference. Technical problems happen.
We can only hope. My thing is that I was just saying, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, tiny girl, right? Small stature. This comes up a couple of times in the film for me, but she does a stance for a sniper shot where she's like essentially balancing it on her knee and getting ready for a shot on top of a building that's probably going to have a lot of wind resistance, probably a lot of noise. People actually forget that sound waves actually do stuff. Just going to throw that out there. That's why your ear
showed you that.
It woke up the mother boxes. But it also blow your eardrums out. That is something to think about. How much it does to a bullet on a range of trajectory, I imagine it's minuscule. Something to think about, though, and it's something that these kind of people would think about. While also, we literally watched her first shot be one of those ones where you lay down, put the tripod, and you get ready, and you just sit there. You have to sit there. And I felt it was strange that she would do that. And then she didn't even remotely even try to change position when she started getting all foggy and fucked up. This is when we start to notice that there is something wrong with her. She's sweating, having a moment, but instead of trying to brace herself, she's like, I'm going to walk it off. I'm going to shake it off. And it's like,
I think she took the shot on accident too, because she went down like that.
Well, yeah, probably, but she missed.
It wasn't like she actually took her shot. It was the shot. She just
Sure, it was too early. It was too early.
Actually, she was too late. She should have taken a shot.
Or that too, yeah. I mean, the movie really tries to say that she's a Mary Sue. The movie tries to, and to be fair, they do kind of let her do that, but I'm kind of okay with it
because I'm not full on with all the internet lingo shit. So
don't think that's true at all.
I'm 50-50 on it. I'm not using it as the pure stance, like, because at least she gets injured. At least she has to know what she's doing.
Again, and tell me what Mary Sue means.
Mary Sue is essentially an idea where one of two things. Well,
the character is good at everything, and everyone likes them.
And the plot will.
Except no one liked her.
Well, actually, I will actually say at the end of the day, Ray is literally the template now. I wouldn't even call Mary Sue a thing. I would just say it's Ray. Everybody likes her. She's good at everything. And even when she makes mistakes, the plot and the world will bend itself to make her look good.
Captain
and
Marvel
or save her.
A better example of that.
Captain Marvel's a good example as well,
Luke
but at least she did.
Skywalker.
But at least she did some training. And anybody who says Luke Skywalker is a fucking retard. Also, the Doctor is a lie because he had training and fallbacks, and he lets a lot of people die.
Well, this girl had training.
Somebody dies in like every episode of the Doctor. He's not infallible. That's why he has to have a companion.
Oh, Doctor Who. I gotcha.
Tivis, like you like that almost more than me. You saying that the Doctor is
yes, I'm saying that your terminology of a Mary Sue is inaccurate, is what I'm saying. But no, go ahead and continue.
I'm gonna Google.
Okay, why is it inaccurate? Nope.
No, we're not going into this. I'm pointing out it is inaccurate. Go ahead.
Here's the tangent. No.
There is no tangent. Go ahead.
You said I'm in it. How am I inaccurate?
Go ahead.
Specifically.
Go ahead.
Okay, so here.
I don't need to tell you. It's already blatant.
Yes, you do.
Guys.
You have made
me over here.
You made a definitive that I am wrong. The Doctor is not a Gary Stu. He's not. He's just
Mary Sue.
Well, I was trying to use the male version. But if you want to call him Mary Sue, I'm cool with it. Well, I mean, I guess now we have Jody, so I don't know.
Guys,
sure.
Shut up. Mary Sue, by definition, is a fictional character, usually female, who is seen as too perfect and almost boring for lack of flaws. Which means they would have to be boring. This character, I don't think, falls under that.
You mean Ray? No, and like I said, I don't think she actually qualifies, but she gets dangerously close. That's all. Because she gets beat up a lot and tends to kind of get whatever she wants when she wants.
I really like how that they
doesn't die at the end when she probably should have.
But see, I really enjoy how they
at a specific time. Fight. Not necessarily that she didn't die, because she does, spoiler, but I'm saying the way it happens, that seems really kind of silly to me. And I'll explain why. I'll justify it when we get there. She has no business being alive for about half of this movie, but she's a badass and I enjoy the film. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's literally Crank with a whammon. That's literally what this movie feels like, but I think it's not quite as cartoony. This one takes it way more serious. If you took Crank, have you guys seen Extraction with Chris Hemsworth?
I have not seen Extraction yet. No.
Totally 100% recommend it. Some of the best action scenes I've ever seen. I enjoy it a lot. And since Netflix at this point essentially has like almost a Marvel template of their own, it's not like a Marvel movie. Calm down. But like Netflix seems to have a neon lights, big long shots, very dynamic lighting, which means high contrast.
I wouldn't say that with all their stuff. I think a lot more of their like action films have been doing.
Well, I was just gonna say they're the ones that they put in the top 10. You're talking like Carbon Alter, After.
Still have yet to watch that, and it has my fucking favorite actor in it. Well, not favorite, but Joel Kinnaman. Come on, man. I need.
But you know what I mean? It's all lens flares and high dynamics and neon lights and big grandiose movements.
Actually,
this
interesting because
movie earned a lot of it. I feel like a lot of their shows don't earn it. I feel like
Right.
this one did.
if you go and
I
watch,
have to keep saying I actually enjoyed this film. I'm being hypercritical because I feel like it was a template film that could have been better. I almost think coitus.
well, if you go and watch Netflix's Gunpowder Milkshake one with Karen Gillian,
That's a title. Holy balls.
it's
Did they bring
another-
any boys to the yard?
it's basically people attributed as like Chickwick is what some people said for John Wick, but
And I would say that's understandable as well. I mean, it's
but
about the same. I mean, did you just not see the new Matrix trailer? It's essentially it's John Wick
Wick.
meets. Yeah, it's essentially John Wick with neon lights,
that's
or at
who
least
Neo
that's
is
what the
reincarnated
trailer
as.
is saying.
But no, like we watched that a few weeks back, and then we saw the trailer for this, and we're like, oh, let's watch this, and we were very impressed by this one over that one, even though we liked Gunpowder Milkshake, but it was not
What
as
a
great of
title.
a film.
I can't get over this title.
It was a very pretty film.
Gunpowder.
I will say that it was a very pretty film. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But again, it's another one of those ones with neon lights and shit like that. But it's also another one about a female assassin, and she gets screwed
Sure.
over.
Well, I mean, you had Hannah, you had Salt, you had.
Is that what Hannah's about? I didn't know what Hannah was about.
She's
when I watched it.
it's essentially woman Jason Bourne. You had what Red Sparrow, fucking Salt. There's like Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
I like,
which I think is an underrated film. That is some of the best action camp you could ever ask for, and I'm biased because Angelina Jolie looked probably the hottest ever on film. She kind of looks like my girlfriend, so like a little biased.
The one I really liked was Peppermint. It was like basically the female
Jennifer
Punisher
Garner,
version.
right?
Yeah, it's like the Punisher.
This has that
storyline
kind of
almost.
vibe there too, and they tried to even do that with Halle Berry, where like her kid got kidnapped and had to go find her. I couldn't remember it.
Oh,
but
I remember that. I watched that in theaters. That was.
I heard
not a
that was
good
all
movie.
right.
It was. Not a good movie.
She doesn't strike me as an action star, especially after Catwoman. But we will move forward. But Tivis, oh yeah, I'm bringing your fucking Vash ass back here. You and I are gonna have to talk
Audio
about,
people aren't gonna get that.
Yes, I know. You and I are gonna have to talk Doctor Who then, because I could see the arguments for it, but I don't think he's too flawed. He's too flawed. That's why he needs the companion. That's why I don't think he'll ever
Let's
be
talk about the
a Mary
movie we're
Sue.
talking
And he
about.
fails a lot. Well, we're talking about a concept in storytelling. I think that's important. And
But you're
like I
wrong.
said, but like I said, I wouldn't, because Michael's uninitiated and he's a heathen, disgusting normie muggle. So Tivis, if you're bored, I'd love to get up Mike and talk some Doctor Who. I would love to. Maybe
Doctor
even just
Who's
kiss
a
its ass.
ripoff.
Favorite Christmas special. Throw it out. Favorite. What's your favorite? Before we fuck off. No, I'm gonna ignore him. I want people to think that we like each other, Tivis. For fuck's sake. I know you can't stand me, but we gotta go. What's your
Christmas
favorite?
Carol.
Really? That's the one with the floating sharks.
Mhm.
That was fun. That was a fun one.
Everything about that I enjoyed. The whole
I'm not
messing
picking
with
it.
time and real, somebody watching his history change in front of him, the
Interesting.
soundtrack. But yeah, getting back to the movie, bro.
Murray Gold.
Yes.
No, wait. May I?
No, you may not.
First off, Muppet Christmas Carol, still the best. But I like
that a
your
book?
choice. Favorite Christmas special for me is going to be. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this because I really, really like Titanic with Kylie Minogue. As much as I love that one, I think the governor from The Walking Dead, if you like him, I think I think the day, I can't remember what it's called. It's not the Day of the Cybermen. It's something like that. It's a Cybermen storyline where a man believes he's the Doctor, and he does a really
Oh, the
fucking
next
awesome-
Doctor.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yes, that is 100% the title. He's like in a balloon. He believes 100% that he is the actual Doctor. And man, what a trip. I love that one. It's one of my favorites. It has a lot of stuff going on.
That one finally shut people up about whether this show connects to the classics or not.
Bro, right? Okay, anyways. Sorry, Myke. Sorry. I'm so sorry. That was my fault. I apologize.
This is getting cut.
Back. How dare you? Don't you dare cut this.
I
Don't
could
you
see it
dare.
in his face.
Don't you fucking dare. You better make a short or something.
Like I
then.
said, Walking Dead. Fucking hell. I was cliff noting everything you guys were saying.
All right, so
Doctor Who's a
sniper
ripoff still.
thing. She
Let's go.
fucks off, hits Kojima in the arm. He fucks off. It's one of her first fuck ups, and then she ends up in a Fast and Furious neon ass fucking car in one of the worst fucking car chases I've watched in a long time.
Dude, it gave me flashbacks to.
It was like
Too
all
Fast, Too
CGI.
Furious.
That's exactly what it felt like. It even felt like Akira, what's her face? No, it's something Aoki was her name. Hot little goofy blonde chick, Asian chick, gets in her car with her like anime lights and pink car, Ludacris with his big ass afro.
Yeah.
She just Devin Aoki, I think is her name. And she's hot, and she was in Babs or Bebs or whatever that fucking terrible show was. But they're just driving. You know what it reminded me of? It was Black Panther. It was the Black Panther fucking car chase all over again. Neon
name was
lights,
Suki in the
shitty
movie.
CGI. Suki, yes, thank you. David Aoki is the actress, or Devon.
Yeah, she was in Sin City. That's right. She was one of the.
She was in all
chicks.
kinds of
Shit,
stuff.
yeah.
She's just the hot Asian chick that everybody wanted after what's her face from Rush Hour 2 probably got put in a concentration camp. And that's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. That's not even a joke. She went back to China and things got weird because she was in Rush Hour 2. Things got
We're
weird.
talking about Japan, so let's talk about Japan.
Just saying.
Batman went to China.
I'm just saying.
Batman went to China.
Did you know that? Yeah, because he had to get that banker guy. Also, did you know that what's his face? The Bulls guy with the stupid hair. I almost said Rodney Dangerfield. He's a
No respect.
no respect. None. You know, he was on an episode
Young
of The
people aren't
Simpsons,
going to
but I digress.
I actually enjoyed this.
Dennis
car scene.
Rodman. That's what it was. You know, he went to North Korea and he's stuck there now. I just
there
want to
again?
go home. I just want to go home, man.
I thought he
Fucking
stopped going
hilarious.
there.
People don't stop going there for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed this car chase. Again, it's probably because of my love of anime, but I got those vibes a lot from this. And the song that was playing, I thought for sure was an intro to a show. I can't find any record of it, but
it'll be on the movie soundtrack.
It's this group called a Bandmade. And actually all the members of the band appear in this film.
Yep, they're a heavy
cameos.
metal.
And if you're a member of our
they're great, dude. No, they're awesome. I knew them.
Yeah. If you're a member of our Facebook group, I posted it there as a tease for this week.
Awesome.
Have you heard of? I think it's Matsuni, the 3D blue-haired chick.
I have heard, yeah.
Fucking amazing. I'm not even kidding you. It's fucking auto-tune nonsense with like a 3. If you've ever seen the movie Sim 1 with Al Pacino and all that, it's literally that. and it's a real thing. People like go to these I actually downloaded the concerts. They're actually fun. Like
if
the
you
songs
enjoy
are fun.
metal, like heavy metal Japanese bands, check out Baby Metal. They did a theme
Baby
for a takeover, and holy crap, they're amazing.
Them, and there's like it's like a Mongolian band. They're like something Wuhan. I understand that. No, it's not a meme. They're like a Mongolian heavy metal band. Hannah showed them to me because she loves like Rammstein.
We got to get back to this movie because now I'm just thinking
sorry,
of
dude.
South Park.
Sorry. I'm thinking about all these really cool things that this
That-
movie reminds me of.
Mongolian episode of South Park.
The goddamn Mongolians!
So
You
when I
shim out my city, wow!
when I did see the bar or the club scene or whatever with the band, it totally reminded me of Benoit Cherry in Blade. So if you guys don't remember that,
that's a good one. I also, it reminded me of Yang in her trailer for Ruby when she walks into the bar and beats up a bunch of baddies when Ruby was still good. It was shit. As soon as Pyrrha died, the fucking spoilers. As soon as Pyrrha died, the fucking show was worthless.
all right. Well, moving on with the car thing. For me, I was 50-50. I was like, this is actually entertaining, but at the same time, I was like, this is kind of why.
It's like it felt like a fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it
I'm also
looked
that guy who
fun.
will die on like the hill of Fast and Furious. So don't like.
See, I'm fair, and I like Too Fast, Too Furious. Also,
Yeah.
great soundtrack, by the way. But bust it up. Okay, pump it up. Wait, no, wait.
Hey,
Shit.
wait.
Shit.
What was
That
the
might have
third
been-
Fast and Furious movie?
You got served.
Tokyo Drift.
Yeah. It's all coming together now.
That one's awful. Tokyo Drift is shit. Anybody who says it's a good movie, I'm a fucking fight you. Lil Bow Wow
I like
coming
that one
around.
too. I actually asked Nikki because my wife's been to Japan. She lived there and everything like that. And she lived actually in Osaka.
She do whiteface?
Yes. She actually.
I know she was born with it. It could be Maybelline, but she's also Hispanic. People forget that
She got
part.
to
But she
dress
also
up.
did actually do a like kimono style like Mulan shit, right? Like what do they call them? Courtesan? No, that's a whore. Sorry,
Geisha.
Moulin Rouge.
She was a geisha. She dressed up.
Geisha, thank you.
Yeah.
No, they're called homoshas.
But yeah, so
Sorry,
she would live there and stuff. So I
That joke
asked her
didn't land
because
at
I was like,
all.
I asked her, I was like, dude, are there like cars like this all the time in Japan? Because every fucking movie we see.
No, because nobody makes Hondas in actual Asia. They just sell to our stupid asses.
But no,
while we
she-
put
she said
fucking
yes.
spoilers on it.
She said yes. Like all the stuff. She actually enjoyed watching this movie because of all the shit that it reminded her of. Like everything that they did. She said this is like a perfect representation of Japan. Like in an American
Well, especially
movie.
like with the Terminator 2 scene where Ani had to like run through like the arcade and push people around.
arcade, and then you had all the vending machines that had like clothes and all that shit. Like they have all that stuff
panties.
and she really likes the restaurants that you can just like walk up right to. And it's just like to us it would be like eating from the truck food or whatever, but it's like
Well, I
those
was
are,
gonna
like,
go food
full-blown
truck, but
restaurants.
sure,
Food
whatever.
truck, yes, thank you.
There you go.
But yeah, she really enjoyed
The truck that eat
them
from.
showing Japan in the way that they did because she had been there. So I didn't hear what Tiva said.
It's good. He
poking
trolled your
fun.
ass and I loved it. No, it reminds me, like, I always got to say I love One Punch Man. I think they take care of the culture really well with a bunch of other stuff. And you really do kind of see that stuff.
And I really-
Stylized people, stylized areas,
Yeah.
lighting. Let me tell you, she had a whole day, by the way. The sun never comes up. Ever.
Because it looks so much cooler in the dark.
Well,
dude.
duh. You know that's why they did that. They're like,
We
you
don't
have a
need
day.
to.
Barely.
Can
And
I
they
take
go
a moment
barely. Sure.
to thank the directors? They actually filmed some of this in Tokyo, and they didn't show the Shibuya crossing, which is in every fucking thing that ever films there.
Isn't that what they used to be the fucking bullshit in Falcon Winter Soldier? I swear that big neon bridge.
Maybe?
It was supposed to be what they called it when they went to something poor. Ying poor.
I don't remember that show too well.
The lawless place because it's a terrible
was all
fucking
right.
show. You
And
say
that-
all right, but you don't remember anything about it except that it.
I had a good
sucks and it's
time, which
terrible and
means
it's
it was
awful.
all right.
How are you bringing up a freaking that show?
Because
About
I was
this?
talking about the bridge.
Oh, who
When they go to
cares about
Young
the
Poor
bridge?
or whatever the fuck it's called, the lawless place. Because it was this big neon bridge. It was fucking nuts. They were trying to tell me it's like a lawless place in Singapore or some shit. I don't know. But like, no, there's just like a lot of
Krakatoa.
neon stuff floating around. It's
Yeah.
really, really interesting. Oh, it's just beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. One of my favorite things is the cinematography. Again, if you like anything in this, especially with the action, go watch Extraction.
So
And I did not mean to make that rep
as we're talking about the movie, so like they do the car chase thing,
because he's afraid I'm going to talk about a different movie.
and she gets into a fucking badass accident, which I did really appreciate them showing.
She should have been dead.
20 movies.
That was horseshit, dude.
I appreciate them showing her getting into the harness seatbelt for it, but yeah, she should have totally
Eat me.
been dead.
Eat
That was
me.
like a
You're
Han
dead.
level accident, and she should have been dead. Just like Han.
That's like
fucking
cruising
dead.
USA shit, dude. Like it was fucking silly. And that's and that was my biggest complaint for this film is her health bar is way too high. It's just way too high. She gets shot a bunch, she gets stabbed. That car accident alone. I'll give them a break because they said that she was out for a day.
For John Wick, like they do the same shit to him.
But again, it's a woman. I hate to be that dude. I'm gonna be that
doesn't
dude.
matter.
Yes, it does. Two things matter. One, she's a woman. End of discussion. Second, she's poisoned to the point where it's like she's dead in 24. John Wick wasn't poisoned. He just got an ass whooping.
Mhm.
And she slept for almost a day. So technically, she was poisoned before the car crash. They said you slept for a day. She's actually dead. The fucking
So they
movie
tell her
forgot
that
about that.
That she has 24 hours from
Exactly.
the time that
After the
she-
fact.
Yeah.
But the problem is the script wanted to say you barely have 24 hours after you were poisoned because of the polonium 204 or whatever the fuck it's called.
Palladium.
Very
That's
well.
what Iron
Very
Man
good.
had.
Polonium, I don't know. At least it's not obtanium. I'm fine. We didn't fucking get that from Avatar.
It's acute radiation poisoning. to
Yes.
sh-
Yeah.
I wouldn't say shorten that up, but I guess to simplify it.
But they actually do give you the actual compound. It's
Yes, they do. And you're very close to it.
Palladium
204.
204.
204. Yeah, that's it.
204 technically, because O is not a fucking number.
All right, eat my ass. Now you're just being a prick.
You're from Ohio originally. You know how that is.
You get to be tall in the middle and round on both sides.
Yeah.
That's what Ohio does. Get it?
Yes, because there's
no.
2 circles in the H. Yeah.
So she gets out. I do respect the fact that they at least actually counted her canisters when she took the dude and got all her stuff, like her little injectors. You have 5. And it comes in at the big end. Thank you, Kojima, for being a boss at the end. We'll talk about why that all happens, but I'm glad they at least kept count. Not gonna lie, lately with movies, didn't see that coming. Also, I do think it's horseshit. After a crash like that, bunch of shots, the fact that there were 0 cops in her room and she wasn't handcuffed to her bed is fucking nonsense.
It probably
It's
didn't think she
nonsense.
could go anywhere.
It doesn't matter. That's nonsense. Watch any other movie. They wake up handcuffed
Yeah.
until somebody
Maybe
says,
they don't do
"Okay, you
that
can
in
go."
Japan.
Yeah, maybe they don't do it in Japan. We don't know.
Oh, if anything, they probably do it more in Japan.
They
They
probably
have
use ropes.
Umbrella Corporation. Make that joke. Zombies. No, but dead ass. Like I found it really strange that she was able to get out of there that easily. Everybody's like, yeah, but she's like super smart. It's like, all right, chill out. Like we don't see her training. We only see it in flashbacks. And really all she does is shoot guns and show up and kill people. We don't actually know what her training is.
Right.
Like we just don't.
So it leaves it open so she can do whatever then.
Well, sure.
That's why they do that.
But that's why they do that, so you can infer it,
Yeah.
which
So,
I'm not necessarily against, but the fact that this place should have been swarming
Honestly, if they
with
have to
cops
show
is insane.
everything, it's
So,
kind of it would be
one
kinda-
of
And
the
like when
few-
she bumps into him and gets his gun, like eat my ass.
Go on
You
to the-
really think a cop is gonna get fucking pickpocketed like that?
Yes, yes, I do.
Anyway. In a fucking hospital waiting for a anyway.
Yes. yes, I do.
one of the few nitpicks I have is during that car chase, she very visibly drives like a maniac past a cop car.
On
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, like why didn't the lights at least turn on?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, because it takes time. They probably left the frame, then
Well,
turned
didn't
them
you
on,
see
and then
Tokyo
did a
Drift. If
360.
you're going past a certain speed limit, they don't chase you anyways, man.
Well, dude, if you're not out of Michael, if you're not out of control, you're not in control. Like we all know that. Lil Bow Wow told me.
I don't get that reference.
Is it
Well,
Bow
that
Wow or Lil
proves-
Bow Wow.
Well, that proves that neither of you watch Tokyo Drift.
Um,
Also,
So
I admit to that.
after she leaves the hospital,
look,
and she finds out everything. She goes to the.
I make
dude who she
mistakes,
banged,
Timus.
And
She
what was his
bang?
name,
She bang?
Steven?
What is she? Willem hung?
She goes to Steven and find out why the fuck he poisoned her and all that shit. Which
Yeah.
turns out to
Steven.
be like they were just trying to get free, basically.
A lot of fucking white people in this fucking movie, may I say?
How?
Because just Steven happens to be a
Steven's
white
not
dude.
white, first of all. He's like
Did you
I-
look
I
at him?
I thought he was British.
That is a quite Western man. I like how you said that was a distinction, as if there aren't black British people.
I know. I'm just saying. I thought he was British.
Fucking hell. You
He
guys
is-
suck. You
let's
guys
see.
suck. He's a white dude. I can literally look at him and go, hey, look, he's a white guy.
I don't know.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you think he's Haitian? What are you retarded?
He
Seriously, what are
is-
you trying to do right now? Like what? Like
Are you
what-
looking
what
up
do
his
you even
actor?
Get from
Yeah,
this?
because his last name is Michael Hughesamon.
Oh, Hughley? Okay, cool. Oh no, so he's DL Hughley's brother, so he's actually black.
He's
So never mind. Sorry, I was wrong.
Dutch.
South African, maybe? Look at him.
he's Dutch.
Fucking dipshit.
Oh yeah, he's from the Netherlands.
So that makes
You
sense.
know, actually, yeah, you know what? I fucking sit corrected. In the Netherlands, there's no fucking white people up there. In Scandinavian countries, get fucked me. I'll turn my mic
Hey,
off. Have fun.
I was closer. You said Western. I said British.
You're both stupid. I just said white.
You said Western.
I just said white.
You said Western
After that,
too.
you said Western.
Fine, because he spoke English and didn't have a fucking accent.
Yes, he
Would
did
you
have an
like to try
accent.
again?
He did too. Have
No,
an
he
accent.
didn't.
Yes, he did, and so did
No,
the
he
girl.
didn't.
That's why I
Everyone-
thought he was
that's-
British.
That's one thing I really liked about all the Japanese people that spoke English. They at least had an accent when speaking English.
Steven didn't. You're wrong. You're
Steven
wrong.
wasn't Japanese. I didn't say that.
I also
said
didn't
the
say that either. I
Japanese.
said he was a white dude who essentially just used English. He didn't have a British accent. He didn't have an
Okay, what I'm saying is
Netherlands
I like
accent.
the
He
attention
just
to
spoke
detail
English. That's all he did.
using the Japanese actors having an accent.
Okay, that
like
was
they would.
fine, but that's not what you said.
That's literally
not
what
what
I
you guys
just said.
No, it's not. You guys are trying to
Oh.
fight me on the fact that Steven is not a white
We're
man.
past that.
I'm not
past
fighting you. I
that.
just thought he was British.
I'm gonna kill all of
We're
you.
past
I
that.
I fucking hate both of you.
I'm
and
trying
even
to
really
say
at
what-
that point, it's fucking irrelevant anyway. But you're both wrong. So we'll move on.
okay,
to the
John.
point-
No. Wait. So your main thing was there's a lot of white people in this movie.
There are
There's like 3 white people in the movie. including
Woody
him?
Harrelson, Steven, and her, but she happens to interact with all of them, which I'm totally
Have you
fine
been to Japan?
with Woody.
There are white
Which
people
I'm
in
totally
Japan.
fine with Woody Harrelson.
There are white people. In
Happens
Japan.
to
It's
find the
perfectly fine.
one
Let's be real. Woody Harrelson just happens to be wherever Woody Harrelson wants to be.
Exactly, because there'll be
He's
carnage.
gonna be like the next Chuck
Look,
Norris.
look.
Yes, let's do that.
You guys are absolutely missing the point. I find it funny because I actually appreciated the movie for going strong on the subtitles.
I was wondering if Tivis hated that or not.
Because I'm sure he bitched about that in Shang-Chi because he's a fucking racist and can't read.
That's not racist.
Sorry, I love you.
It has nothing to do with race.
No, it's just being an asshole. No, I don't actually. I just say it to be funny. Am I allowed to make jokes, or does everything have to be serious all the time?
In this movie, it was all serious, so yes.
God, I fucking hate all of it. Yeah, it's super serious. Even though they came in like a fucking Hello Kitty ass van right at the beginning. No, my issue is that I find it interesting that of course her handler's white, which I'm totally fine with. Woody Harrelson being her handler totally makes sense. Probably met each other in America. Whatever. The idea that the quote unquote honeypot that got her poisoned happened to be a white dude in the middle of Japan, I don't know, felt kind of random, especially when like the wide shots and stuff, there's not another white man floating around. There just isn't. Everybody spokes. God, fuck my butt. Shut up. Luckily, everybody speaks English, which is not uncommon. Chill out. Japan is a very, very high, what do you call it? Resort destination, vacation destination.
Well, they have English as a language that they teach.
This is also true, but based on them, you actually even see this in this film. Honor, when you're talking to each other, you do not use English.
Mm-hmm.
You speak in Japanese to us because that's our heritage. Also, gotta throw this out there that this movie has, and they didn't show their fucking card till the end, they have a big fucking hate boner for the Western civilization, which Netflix does in general, by the way, in case you didn't know that. The owner of Netflix is actually the nephew of the guy who created
what about
propaganda.
The movie, though? Where are you trying?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna say a thing. So look that up. That's really interesting. So the fact that they threw that little like fucking jab at Western culture doesn't surprise me. But to come back,
also very true for their culture to.
That's also not true because they adapted it.
Okay.
That's a guy who's pissed off about it, but a lot of the citizens are happy because freedom's cool. So the idea is with like the whole like speaking the languages, I like, because you look at Ani, absolutely 100% took over Western culture. You kind of think you wouldn't. She speaks English, enjoys a lot of pop culture, knows a lot of stuff.
White as well, they say that.
But so
she's.
I'm half Mexican, but I can't.
Both sides of her culture, if you will.
She hates her family, and her family tried to kill her, and she's even said that. She even says that.
But she also said she never even met her mother.
Exactly. So why would she even know English then?
That side of her.
Why would she know English that fluently? And not only just know it, but she actually adopts it as her personality. All she does is swear. That's all she does. Mm-hmm. Even to the point where our white protagonist is saying, wow. You know what I mean? Even to a point where it gets towards the end when she puts a gun to somebody's head and says, speak Japanese, bitch. Speak Japanese. Speak Japanese. And it's just
she said speak English. She tells him to speak English.
Oh, the other way around. Sorry. Yeah. Apologize. But my point is the fact that she adopted Western culture, even though she's a halfie, but yet she thought she had loyalty to this family, and then she goes, well, my whole family hates me. So I'm like, this character kind of just ping pong balls.
Well, she kind of wherever goes, the movie my whole family hates me because Like they tried to fucking kill her. Like,
but that's not. Well, yeah, but then Kojima takes her at the end.
yeah, because
So that's not entirely true because apparently that was.
He also wasn't the one trying to kill her, but his gang was trying to kill her for the other guy.
So why not come and get her? Which, I mean, granted, we fix all that at the end of the film, but it makes you wonder. It's like, why wasn't he doing stuff under the table to get her or coming after her or whatever? Don't get me wrong. That last scene is really, really cool, but it really fucks up a lot of the rest of the story. And I'm also saying this just because I'm breaking it down with you guys in my own head in real time. It's making me rethink the movie. And again, I enjoyed it. You know what? I'm just going to get it out of the way so people can just fucking deal with it. I think it was a 6. I think it was at best a 6.5. I think it's a pretty solid movie. It's super, super fun. I would like to talk about a couple of the action scenes after a couple of these character motivation things, but I think it's really well executed on a movie standpoint. But I do think there are a couple calm down world Mary Sue aspects. And I can tell you why. I might not be right, but there are a few things. But I think this is pretty well executed. A lot of fucking good acting. So much good acting in this movie. Like the music, I think it all felt really strong. Kind of reminded me of Blade. You talked about that at the beginning. Using like Japanese hip hop. I thought that was really interesting. Color palettes. So many long shots. So at least you were actually giving a ton of fucking effort. So it really makes like the fight scenes and stuff feel more dynamic, more exciting, more engaging. And everybody had a character. Everybody had something going on. Even if it was superficial, it was good enough to give me something here and a payoff, even if I didn't necessarily enjoy the payoffs. So I'll shut up now because I talked forever, as I usually do. Sorry.
We're only like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, but we've been jumping around too. So
Yeah, I'm bad at
we don't
that.
really need to dive through every fucking.
Why not? We picked one movie,
track, dude. Like,
but I'm interested about the whole movie. I want to know what you guys think. I said a bunch of things. Maybe you got something to add. Maybe you didn't like what I just said for fucking 20 minutes. I don't know.
I think comparing her to being a Mary Sue in any way is just because she's a woman. That's the only reason you say that. If it was a male character, you wouldn't say
and
that.
If you actually believe that, well, one, you're a dumbass.
No.
If you actually believe that. If you actually believe it's just because she's a woman, you're a dumbass. At that point. No, seriously, if you just say it just on that basic aspect, you're a dumbass and you didn't listen to me. That's it. 100%. 100%.
I'm just
sorry.
Saying, you're using the vernacular and it's already.
I'm saying she was potentially. I didn't say she actually was. I said she got dangerously.
Any character is potentially one.
That's not always true. What I was saying was, okay, fine. Perfect example. At the end, she's been fucked up for days, poisoned, destroyed. She shoots Woody Harrelson in the same spot she gets shot. After all the other things that have happened to her, he dies first. You fucking kidding me? You're kidding me. I would have fixed that scene to make what's-her-face help her out, where she, like, instead of killing him, shoots the gun out of his hand. What's-her-face kicks, Ani kicks the gun to her, and then she unloads it on him. And then he's got like 8 bullets in him, and they both sit down. Kind of reminds me of Kill Bill. You know what I mean? Where she's
the whole thing was she didn't want the girl to become like her.
No, it's fine. She didn't kill her, or she didn't kill him. She kicked the gun to Kate, and then Kate unloads on him. He's got like 6 or 7 bullets in him.
Okay, I misunderstood.
She's all fucked up. And then they both still have the same scene. They sit down and they both die together. I would have preferred that instead of like the whole bullshit where like she's like sitting under the neon lights. I wanted those two to sit at each other and watch their lights go out together, because then they both saw, and Ani helped, didn't kill anybody, but helped her, and because she unloaded on him, of course he's gonna die. She has been fucked up for 24 hours and she got shot in the same place that he did, but yeah, he died first. Is lame. It's super lame. And he just drops the gun. At this point, he's like, he's got shot. Okay, then just unload on her. And then you die. And then you're both dead. But he didn't get that. No, he just gets shot. Oh, and then he drops it. He's an assassin. But you would assume he's her handler. He's probably just as badass as her. He's Obadiah motherfucking Stane. I'm sorry. This dude is Jeff Bridges from Iron Man 1. That's who he is. He's a badass. Who's
you would assume that, but if so, then he wouldn't have needed
I
so
wouldn't
much
even
fucking
say
security
he's
to
a
do
He
that.
trained her for 1,000 billion years. If she can do it, like, he has to be good too. Maybe he got old, but like he's still just as smart and good as her. All he did was he did nothing. Because let me put it this way. The old dude, Kojima, cutting his fucking armband off and then fucking that dude up and cutting his head off was exactly what I wanted. That was cool as fuck.
That was badass.
He's like, you don't get it. This is bitch, know your place. And he's dead. But those two trained each other. Kate and V, he trained her. They're like on the same level. Kojima didn't train dumbass. That's why he was so good to go like, here, take the sword, bitch. Let's go. And he just goes, boom, know your place. Okay, we're done. But with them, it was supposed to be a showdown, and we didn't get it. I'm just saying the payoff wasn't that solid. The payoff wasn't good.
They also set it up between honor and dishonorable killers.
Yeah.
So they did set that up. They blatantly made it.
Well, it's just a word. It didn't mean anything. I mean, they both use guns. There's none of that. What I'm saying is that we just didn't get anything. The honor would have been like maybe shoot him a bunch of times and he's about to die. It's like, hey, one bullet left.
She goes.
Wait. Let me finish. One bullet left in his gun. She gives it to him because she's gonna die anyway, and he's all bled out and fucked up. He goes, "You got one bullet left. What do you want to do?" She gives him the gun, and he makes a decision. Like puts it in her face, and he's sitting there like, she's dead in like 2 minutes. Otherwise, he's gonna bleed out. So what's the better move?
I like the payoff.
Shoot himself.
With
that's
her.
the honorable death. So they both get one.
Yeah, but
I don't know if that's what you want to do, but he doesn't. But Woody Harrelson doesn't deserve the honorable death. He didn't earn it. He didn't do anything. He's a liar and a cheat. He's a piece of shit. Kate was somebody who just got duped. So she still had the chance to redeem, which I'd argue that was the entire movie, was trying to redeem.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we brought up honorable just because it's a Japanese trope, but I think they didn't execute it for Kate the way that they did with Kojima. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they did. Of course they did. It was the point. It was the point of the story.
I feel that the way that they executed with her,
that's why she saved Ani.
And then you get that moment of her with Ani later. It brings
the fact that she didn't kill Ani and actually let her keep showing up and like stayed with her. That's honorable. That was the whole point. That was her redemption arc, is letting her come with him. Fucking Wolverine style, Logan style, bringing what's her face with her to keep her safe. Because she knew if she just fucking kicked her off, either, I mean, this is a girl of privilege, who's probably just gonna be raped or killed in the streets in a couple of weeks by herself, or their establishment is gonna come and kill her. So what do I got to do? I got to suck it up and repent.
And she also could be useful to get into.
Which was just, I mean, nice icing on the cake.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I just think the ending didn't know quite what it wanted to do, but it was really fucking close. It was really.
I want to jump back because I know we were talking.
No, go
about the
nuts.
ending,
Go nuts.
But I did.
I'm only bitching because I was engaged. I actually enjoyed this film for the most part.
I did laugh that they did the whole that Mary is in 2 movies now where they tied an Asian girl to a toilet.
All right, chill out. My way, we gotta be like
with duct tape, by the way. Tivis is
which
just
Birds
like,
of Prey didn't earn it. Birds of Prey did not earn it.
Birds of Prey did too. So Tivis, what do you got to say, man?
Shit film, by the way.
So we can get John to shut up for a little bit. Tivis, give me something.
Well, I'll go pee then.
I just enjoyed this film overall.
Well, I mean, do you guys do? I mean, like, honestly, though, I bitched for like 20 minutes. You guys are, I mean, I'm just curious, like, any counterpoints? You guys think, like, I don't know. I just feel like a couple of things just weren't paid off or executed the way they probably should have been. But for the most part, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was all right. Like, what are your like praise moments or praise scenes, or why do you think a certain character is really awesome? I'll give you that setup, and then I'm gonna go pee. That way, I'll just shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes.
Like I said at the beginning, I really felt like this is through and through. I felt like this was a Hitman movie. Like this is obviously some minor things would need to change, but overall, it beat for beat, this could be Agent 47.
Okay, I never watched Hitman or play. It was a game, right?
Yeah.
So I never did any of that. So I don't have any of that comparison. But I'll take your word for it, man.
Yeah, it's a shame the movies aren't good.
Who was he in the movie? Who played him in the movie?
He's had 2 movies now.
Big now? I don't remember.
I know the first one was bad.
Okay. I enjoy. I enjoyed this movie all the way through. Even the stuff that I kind of like rolled my eyes at, like once I realized the car chase was just almost all CG, I was just like, what? But I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. I enjoyed a lot of the visuals in this film. And then I think having my wife be biased towards liking it because of the Japanese aspect of it, it helped me enjoy more because she was able to give me more insight onto the culture and the things that actually made sense, that most people aren't going to notice unless they're deep into the culture.
Did anything make dollars?
That was nice. What?
Well, you were talking about making sense.
Yeah.
So the actors who played Agent 47 was Timothy Oliphant and Rupert Friend, who got the role after the tragic loss of that Fast and Furious Paul Walker.
Yeah.
So everyone, I just came back from the bathroom. They're talking about Agent 47 and fucking Hitman movies, so I don't want to hear them bitch about me tangenting ever.
No,
again.
he was comparing the beginning of this to it. So he was
get him.
Yeah, as far as like some of the best moments, dude, like I really enjoyed seeing her. Like, so you do the fighting and everything like that, and yeah, she's kind of like the first major one that she does when she goes to the boss's place.
It's at the like tea house with all the white shading.
Right, like you go
with the Kabuki theater, which holy fuck.
Yeah. But you go through it and it's like, she pulls the trigger but nothing comes out, and even Nick said she's like, she wouldn't know how many bullets she had. I was like, she probably did.
That's horseshit. Like, you would count that.
I was like,
you forgot the one in the chamber.
I was like, no. I was like, maybe the gun just jammed up or something, which it looked like it
does happen.
So
somebody should watch more Archer.
Yeah, man, they can obviously eat a dick about that flashlight thing. I had 2 problems with that fight, but for the most part, I think it was pretty cool.
What flashlight thing?
She used the flashlight for a silencer. Okay,
Oh, I
you guys
missed
forgot
that.
about that too. She has that like tiger striped. It's orange and black, which I'm kind of curious why they picked that.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was a flashlight. She went to a little place, which I also want to know why she has so much money. She buys a lot of stuff. I assume she just stole everything, but apparently she pays for food and a lot of like right before the bathroom scene where she ties up or duct tapes Ani to the toilet.
For all of her shit.
She pays for everything, and she also has like she eats at like 3 different places, does stuff. I'm like, where the fuck is all your money coming from? And not even just like, oh, I know you have money. No, like literally, where are you holding it? Like, is it in your back pocket? Like what's happening?
Did you notice her boobs got smaller and smaller as she?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Well, they were already tiny.
People don't put money where. Keep money in a wallet.
All right,
For the love of God, nobody wants to touch it.
No, you fuck off, Tivis. You fuck off right now. If women can put $100 bills in their titty holsters, I'm gonna start pulling Abraham Lincolns from my testicles.
If anyone ever hands me a wet dollar bill, I will punch them.
I will pull an Andrew Jackson from my butt cheeks, and it will be delicious.
This is why we don't put dollar bills in our mouths, people.
Oh man.
You're not supposed to put any money in your mouth. Too.
Okay, well, yeah, don't ever do that because most people probably snorted cocaine with it, you freak. Anyway, sorry.
Well, you could choke on the coins. Let's
God
be real.
Damn you, Tivis. Well, snorting quarters.
You might as well go lick a toilet if you're putting money in your mouth. So
no, you'll go to prison for that, thanks to the Rona. God damn it. I lost my place. Where were we? Okay,
Dude.
So Ani got
fucking we're talking about the
she doesn't have money.
Silencer.
Right?
The money, yes, the money, yeah.
But okay, I'll live with that. Whatever, movie logic. But let's go back.
Pockets, bro.
She literally gets a fucking a flashlight, breaks it, and turns that with duct tape into a silencer. That's not a fucking thing. Eat a dick. First off, it would have blasted off after 2 shots. I'll give you 2. Second, I get it, movie logic. My big issue was during that fight, which, let me tell you, the Kabuki Theater building fight, loved it. Fucking loved it. I loved it. So many one-shots, a lot of fun, high-octane blood and fights and camera moves, like going through sets and stuff. It felt like this is what Mortal Kombat should have been. Mortal Kombat tried, but it gave up a few times. And man, broken legs, stab. Can I also say this is why I also believe that they did a good job with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is not a fucking huge tank or a badass. She's not Gina Carano. She's not Ronda Rousey. She's not these people who could, like, I feel like she could tackle someone and call it a day. She also uses sharp weapons the way that they're properly supposed to be used. Knives are not for slashing. They are for stabbing. Every single time she has an opportunity, she doesn't just stab him once. She stabs him like 10 times. And then
that flashback?
So
no, in general, every fight. Watch every fight.
I know, but I mean, that flashback.
Every single person like 10 times. And sure.
Varric gives her an unloaded gun. So she grabs a knife and it's just...
But like, I'm just saying, like, but that's what you're supposed to do with a knife. It's like, if I have to walk away from you, I need you to be at least down. Like, I need you to be done because it's not a gun. And then she's like stabbing shit in their face. Very Logan-esque, brutal. Like, we're talking like she shoved a knife through a dude's mouth and it came out like at the bridge of his nose. I will say I'm not a huge fan of gore, but you're doing it. You know what I mean? You leaned in. I appreciate it. This is the movie. Reminds me of old RoboCop.
So
I don't have to like it, but at least you leaned in and you were consistent, and I think you did a really good job.
I want to say something real quick too on the flashlight thing. Apparently, that is a thing.
No, you can do it. You can do it with potatoes and shit too. But like I said, at best you get 2
That's a
shots.
pet.
But I also do have a bullshit thing about it.
Apparently, Rick does it in Walking Dead season 3 as well. But apparently, there's
another
YouTube...
fake thing to do that. Let's talk about a real.
No, there are YouTube videos of how to do it with the mag lights and shit like that. So
well, you can. I mean, you can make a fucking potato gun kill somebody if you work.
You know, some power radio.
Well, my issue turned into you only get 2 many. Also, I'm not going to be that guy. Fuck you. Yes, I understand. You fucking stupid internet twats. Fucking silencer isn't that quiet. I get it. Shut up. Nobody cares. And I fucked your mom. So, also, it's not true. She pegged me. But either way, call me daddy. I'm
Continue your thought already.
I can't have it.
We went from a good episode last time we were here to John just saying dumb shit.
Look, I'm angry. Shut up. You guys made me watch this.
You'll be angry on your own show.
No, I don't have my own show. Nobody would ever listen because I suck.
Go do it.
I suck.
Turn the camera on. Fuck off.
No, but I don't know. Like when it comes to that fight, I think it was pretty good. And you have a couple of scenes like because what's like the best I can do is go back to Batwoman. You have like a Ruby Rose trying to throw around a bunch of these big burly dudes. I don't believe that. But at least with her, she's doing disabling movements.
Yeah.
Throats, balls, knees, going around. And again, like I said, her stabbing more than going for slashes.
Yeah.
That's what you do. And she feels more aggressive. And then when she gets caught off guard, a dude picks her up and fucking slams her into a wall, picks her up again, throws her, grabs her. Like she takes damage.
Right.
And people go, well, that's why she's not a Mary Sue. I get that. Where I will agree. But at some point, she can only do that a few times before she's dead.
Well, I mean, the human body, it just depends on the person.
Michael.
Just depends on the person, John.
I'm just throwing it out there. After that first soup dinner Kabuki theater fight, and you're already poisoned by radioactive nonsense, coughing up blood.
She's also running her.
How much more you got?
Other chemicals too right now. So
how much more you got? How much more you got? All right, yeah. So when I'm hungover, okay, I'll take a couple more shots of adrenaline to keep me. But like at some point, your body gives out.
See you do that. Do it on camera, please. If you're drunk or hungover, inject yourself.
No, you do that and
encourage someone to do something that could be medically bad.
Watch Superbad. Watch Superbad because he gets that and then he's like, oh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do things you see in movies for a reason.
But you know what I'm saying though? It's just like she takes a lot of damage. And I get it. She's protagonist.
But see, the nice thing about this movie, unlike some other ones I've seen, is as she's taking the damage, as the film progresses, you see it taking a toll on her fighting style.
I 100% agree.
Because by the time they get to the one little twink dude in his apartment,
which chill out with that because apparently he's a fucking badass. That's probably one of the best fight scenes in the film.
Oh yeah,
I think it's the best. I really did enjoy. The Gaiman,
Jojima,
which also we gotta have a fucking talk about that.
If I'm saying that correctly.
Because if people understand the Yakuza, oh boy, these filmmakers did not know the Yakuza, but because one, Woody Harrelson would have nothing to do with it. Them trying to kill a half breed makes sense, and homosexuality. No,
I think that's also where you get.
I think he's just flamboyant.
Yeah.
No,
Japanese.
no.
men are very
Ani
flamboyant,
literally
man.
says it's his boyfriend.
Do they?
Yep, Ani does. 100%. 100% says that's his boyfriend, and they know. That's why they're trying to kill him, because they knew Kenji. If they found out, they'd kill him. He can't be. He's not pure or whatever or something. I don't know. But like I said,
Renji,
the Yakuza has a very solid code. Super.
well, I think that's
crazy.
that was the thing too within this movie. You see the one guy trying to go away from that. That's why he's working with the gaijin. That's why he's he's gay.
You mean
and all that
Kenji?
stuff. Yeah. No.
You know who
whoever the
Kenji
second
is?
man was.
Guys, you guys are killing me.
It
You
was
can't
Renji,
keep
not Kenji.
you guys can't shit on me if you don't remember half of these people.
His name was Renji.
Okay, fine. Close enough.
So
yeah, Renji.
I was going Kojima
I was
versus
right.
Renji.
I was right. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So Renji is like
but
he's
you didn't know he
trying to
was
change up
gay.
everything, like the young guy trying to take over the gang. Like we've seen it a million times in other movies. So
which we got with the. So I got two things about that.
okay.
Where
Well,
he
let's
said,
continue on this one fight real quick though.
sure,
Because she's fighting this dude, and it's really cool because it really shows the one she just got into a massive fight, got her ass kicked already.
That was awesome. And this is another thing where I go, again, hey, assholes. I don't think she's a actual Mary Sue. I don't. I think the show wants her to be one because she should be dead after this fight. This is where I called her that. It was after this fight, and I felt it was confirmed after the shooting of each other at the end of the film. Okay? Because not only does Ani shoot her, she gets stabbed to fuck and she loses. So I will not call her a Mary Sue because she's perfect, but I will call her because we knew she was never going to die until she got her special moment. The plot was going to keep her alive no matter what kind of wound she had. Same way with Rise of Skywalker, when they actually killed her, they brought her back to life.
But you
That
could say
is
the same thing they've done again with other movies too. With
that's
other
called
characters.
whataboutism, and you don't know
But you're
for a
literally
fact.
saying whataboutism when you brought
Wait,
up
wait,
Rey.
wait. I am saying, go ahead and bring those up. What I would say to those things would be the idea that you assume I don't have a problem with those.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's why I would say, don't even bring them up. Let's talk about this movie. She takes a lot of damage.
We all knew Arnold wasn't gonna die until he absolutely had to finally die in Terminator 2, right?
He's a robot. That's irrelevant. No, he's a robot.
Saying
We
as a
don't know.
character.
We don't know. We don't know what actually kills him. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know. So, try again.
Okay. No, you're just gonna say whatever. If
No,
any
no,
male
no.
character I say, you're gonna say it's not.
No,
the
that's
same
not
thing.
true. That's not
Yeah.
true.
That's literally
not
what
true.
you're doing.
Oh, Poe from Star Wars. Poe.
Yeah, no one remembers him.
Oh, so see, God,
He's not even a main character, is he?
bruh. Oh,
Mm,
you mean he went
I literally
through all
watched those
three
movies one time, and that's
Went
it.
through all three movies. Guess what? Here, how about this? I'm just gonna fucking torpedo you right now. BTS, everybody knows. Oscar Isaac asked J.J. Abrams not to kill him off. He died in the TIE Fighter, in the script. He died. There you go.
Okay.
So, you're welcome. No, you're fucking welcome. Like, your example is horseshit.
Well, you're just going and saying you're literally saying, "What about?"
I'm not.
Or what if?
Don't
and
say
shit
literal.
with
Calm
Rey.
down. Give
So
your
it's like
example
you just
first,
keep-
and
you
don't
keep-
say literal.
Well,
Calm
no,
down.
You keep.
Don't keep me. Just say
keep
your
comparing-
argument, and then I'll go.
You keep
Say your
comparing this
argument and we'll go.
character in the Mary Sue aspects of
Yes.
it to Ray. But you could do
Sure.
that with any fucking person. People did it with Joker. You didn't like them doing that with Joker to the other movie.
I didn't say that.
Them with
No, you're
did.
putting words in my mouth, and I said nothing.
No.
What I
you
say?
did.
What I say?
You hate it when people compare the Joker to the what the fuck is that clown, the comedian or whatever.
God, you are so making shit up. It's so funny.
I have it on podcast.
You're
dude.
making fun.
Are you serious?
No. Aside from the fact that you obviously don't understand what I'm actually saying, versus because I'm verbiage. My verbiage is very, very specific. It's very specific.
Okay.
I even said she's not a pure one. I'm saying she has the attributes.
Well, and
and a lot of them. That is not true.
Everything.
That's not true. Like
yes,
what?
you can.
Because you wanted to say Luke Skywalker. Tell me why.
That was me.
No, but I think a Luke Skywalker is solid because the whole world knows. Or some people actually said Iron Man in his own movie, that he was a Gary Stu in his film. I literally got an argument because the bomb blew up in front of his face and he didn't die. They go, well, he's a Gary Stu, obviously.
I mean, that's pretty similar to you saying her surviving the car crash.
Okay, so what was the repercussion of the car crash?
Hospital.
Follow through. Nothing. Nothing.
What was the repercussion of the bomb blowing up?
He gets shrapnel.
No. Michael, shut the fuck up. I gotta have this fight. Because Tivis.
Yes.
What was the repercussion of that car crash? What was the repercussion?
I mean,
what was the repercussion of the car crash?
Hospital.
100%. Okay, cool. So then what happened after the hospital?
She continued on.
Okay, cool. So there wasn't a consequence.
Okay.
No, see, look, there's no consequence.
Bomb blowing up.
No. Did she go to jail? She can go to jail. What?
Let's go back to Iron Man. Explain to me how that's different. No. We are doing this. What is the difference? He gets shrapnel in him. They take the shrapnel out. He's still fine. He's a piece of shit who keeps making stuff that ruins other people's lives. He doesn't change.
You haven't even earned the right to raise your voice because it's fucking hilarious.
I have to raise my voice because it's the only way to talk over you. I'm not doing it out of anger. It's necessity.
Michael, am I being loud? I asked him to answer a couple of the questions. I feel very quiet right now. I asked about a repercussion or a consequence. We're gonna do this again. Let's file this through. Don't worry, we'll get back to Iron Man.
All right, so
Michael, please, for the fucking love of God, let me do this.
Happened because of the car crash.
So think about it. What consequences does Mary Elizabeth Winstead or whatever? What happens to her that is negative?
It did damage her body. It does damage her body.
Where she was already poisoned and fucked up.
Well, no, she was already.
If anything, actually, her fuck up
poison. Her getting into the car crash she finds out what the fuck is causing everything in her body, but she does also take physical damage, which we see later down the road from all of the bruises and shit.
So, Michael, you actually helped me. This is the best part. Like I said, she should have been handcuffed because the police were the ones that apprehended her and brought her to the hospital. Yet all the police were at the beginning or at the entrance of what? That makes no sense, which is really funny because then I'll tell you right now, your argument is bort, my man, because not only Michael, thank you for that. I didn't even think about that. She actually, because of her stupid mistake, not only does she know exactly what her ailment is, she is able to not only, for some reason, steal a gun off a random officer to use that to get our MacGuffin for the rest of the goddamn movie, where she is able to introduce all of her pills and got her 5 injectors that then boom accelerated the plot of the film. That was
the whole
all
car crash
luck.
accelerates the entire plot because
It was all luck.
car crash.
No, but bear with me.
Nothing happens.
Bear with me.
Without the car crash, nothing happens. She'd just die.
Sure, go nuts. So now,
no, it's literally if without the car crash, she wouldn't go to the hospital and she would just die. Like there's nothing else.
You don't know that. She's smart enough because she's an assassin. She's does all this stuff, right? I mean, that would be the assumption. She's our protagonist. She knows a bunch of stuff, or she'd call V. And V, who's probably even older than her, a wise guy, that could have been a fucking cool scene. Imagine they put masks on and they both have to go to a hospital and steal all the shit she needs. That could have been dope. Because then we could have assumed that V was still on her side.
Now you're doing whatabouts or what ifs.
That's not
the whole.
Well, yeah, no, definitely a what if.
We'll deal with what ifs and we'll deal with what we got.
No. There's a difference between rewriting something that makes more sense versus you're trying to justify a stupid.
But that wouldn't
from
make
another
no sense
film
because
from another film from another film. That's where the whataboutism. That's where the whataboutism.
I said what ifs.
Sure.
As we find out, though,
that's different.
Is completely he wouldn't would be able to help her anyways. He just let her fucking die because he doesn't want to risk.
That's not true. He actually has dialogue at the end where he wanted to change her mind. He even said it.
He was going to try to change her mind. Yes,
said it twice.
But once she's poisoned, he can't do anything about it.
That's why he was pissed off.
Yeah, he was pissed off, but he was still going to work with them.
Well, he talked about the antidote and said maybe I could figure it out. Maybe he still wanted to. We don't know his motivation. That's a problem of the film. We don't know how strong his convictions are.
But there is no,
which I think is a underdevelopment of his character.
Okay. This is turning into a shit show.
Why?
Because we're not going anywhere. It's the same shit.
I don't know. It's just this movie's fucking just generic, boring ass shit. It's fine. Watch it. I'd say 6.5. There you go. Welcome. It's good. But other things are coming up because of this. And I wasn't given the chance to finish out what I was going to say, but that's fine. We'll move on. Ah, fine. We'll just move on. Okay. All good. Yeah, the colors are good.
Colors are beautiful.
Colors.
I have a counter to something else in a tangent.
Go ahead.
There we go.
Just because they're in 3 Star Wars films doesn't make him a main character. Wexley was in all 3.
I don't know what the what's that a counter to, or
you saying Poe is a main because he's in all 3?
No, I meant my big issue is that he was supposed to die.
He was a main character, but that's that specific argument. That's all.
I know. Enjoy your smugness. He was actually supposed to die in the script. That's why what happened. No, it's why what happened. I feel like he would have
preferred that after it was all said and done.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Enjoyed the joke and the deflection. No, but literally, and this is well known, go wherever you want. Oscar Isaac came up to J.J. Abrams and said, "Hey, I keep dying in my movies. Could you not kill me?"
That's fair.
Which is why the first part makes no fucking sense, why he just disappears all of a sudden and Finn gets his coat. And then my favorite part is that then we can literally in the meta universe say Oscar Isaac says, "I'm not doing another Disney movie unless I need to buy a new house."
Well, he is doing a new Disney product.
What is it?
Moon Knight.
Oh yeah, he is Moon Knight.
He said Star Wars. Sorry. I may have fixed my words. Same with
easily confusing.
Same with Boyega. He said, "You ain't Disney Plus and me."
Oh,
Bunch
that
of
poor
people
guy.
who don't want anything to do with Star Wars anymore. At all. Zero. So I'm sorry.
Because
It's not
everybody
argument.
feels hurt and attacked.
But it's
It
not argument, though.
happens.
It's not argument. They don't even want to be in a franchise that the
But-
world thought just would print money for like a decade.
In this film, I had fun with it. There's some parts that, I missed out on
You
because
couldn't
I was
even like.
having
You
trouble.
couldn't even like. Tivis, you're way more clever than that. You couldn't even
What?
give me like a nice little segue. I have more faith in you, man. You and I are so on the other spectrums that I always figured you were ready for my bullshit. And I will tell people I actually find Tivis to be more what do they say? Read? It's all spelled the same at this point. Color, past tense, present tense. Wrote, written, hang.
That was the German for red.
How dare you? One of the great. Sorry, another tangent. You ever seen
Poor Myke.
Heavyweights? Have you ever seen Heavyweights?
No.
Oh, dude, can we do heavyweights for our next podcast, please? It's like I think it's one of the most underrated Ben Stiller films ever made. It's a Judd Apatow produced thing. It's really, really good. It's got a bunch of our old actors in it. One of my favorite things is somebody says, somebody's dressed as Albert Einstein and somebody's got to do a math problem. And he's like, I can't figure it out. I don't know, 9. And the guy who looks like Albert Einstein is behind him. He goes, 9. He goes, the answer's 9. He goes, no, 9 is German for no.
That's a Disney movie.
It totally is.
Yes,
It's a great
Same guy who did
film,
Mighty
dude.
Ducks. Yes,
My
I gotta watch
dude.
this now.
I'm telling you, I want to watch it. Can we do a watch together? Is there a way to do that? I want to do that. Dude,
through
I'm
Disney
telling you,
Plus.
Tivis, I would love to watch that fucking movie with you. Sorry, I was being a prick. I think a lot of people forget that Tivis fucking hates me.
That's not true.
Well, ish.
No.
Ideology.
We all hate
Ideology.
you. We all hate you.
Well, Michael, you smell kind of bad, and you have kids. So, what even are you? You're not even human anymore. You're an automaton. You're
I'm a
like,
being.
I gotta not kill them.
I just gotta make sure they don't listen to you. That's all I gotta do.
Wait,
That's all.
man. Yeah, because you're worried they'll learn the truth. I'm just asking questions.
But
Where
you're
is
not
she?
asking the right question.
Where's
That's the
she?
thing. You
Where's
didn't
the
ask the right
trigger?
ones?
Okay, sorry, I
All
forgot
right,
where.
final.
So where
Let's just do
where are
final
we
thoughts on
fucking
this.
even
Like,
at?
I
No,
really,
I had
yes, because this is already
can I-
long enough, dude.
no. Okay, last thing.
If you fucking
'Cause-
say Mary Sue one more damn time, I'm booting you from this
All
conversation.
right, well, stop
because
being a
just-
Mary Sue, Michael.
You're just so
Um,
annoying with it.
Michael, you're a Mary Sue.
You're saying all the trigger
I
vernacular
didn't
words,
actually
and that's
say
it.
she was a Mary Sue. I
You
said she
keep
just.
saying the fucking
We have
word.
gone way past the time you wanted to do this in.
I said.
Yes, I know.
I said she had characteristics and it was off base.
But you can say
Yeah.
that. I can nitpick lots of characters. And
Sure,
find
good
that.
for you, and feel free to do it. You fucking Chucky ass loving motherfucker.
That's the Mary Sue too. He doesn't die.
So Dambala. So okay, so what I wanted to do, which I felt like I hopefully have a little bit set up. I have the payoffs that didn't feel great. So I'm gonna throw them out there and see what you guys felt. The number one that the movie wants you to do, the reveal of Kate killing Ani's dad felt very lackluster to me.
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
Okay. Kate,
Yes.
protagonist,
Yes.
killing Ani's dad
Yeah.
felt that reveal felt real shit.
It wasn't really a reveal to us because we knew it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I don't even think that the reveal in the movie was solid. She gets shot in the face and doesn't actually get shot in the face. So it's just kind of like there doesn't feel like there's any retribution. There's no, I don't know. And like even with Ani, it doesn't even feel like she has regret after the fact. She just gets in the car. I just feel like there's nothing.
I think at that point, she's more like, oh God, these guys are just going to kill me. Oh, hey, that person that killed my dad's here. Hey, maybe she'll rescue me.
But it sucks. No, because they make a whole deal about she kills Kojima in the background, right?
Well, and then they think she did.
Thank you for ruining that. I was going to paint the picture, but that's fine. She kills Kojima, walks out, says, because what's the main thing that Ani says? My whole family is gone. There's nobody. I have nothing left. They're all gone. And then we get the reveal.
God, I have a few cousins left. That's exactly.
But still, the movie wants us to go. I mean, look at them. There's a billion of them. Anyway,
I don't actually. I don't think so because they even say that like she's the last of the bloodline.
Yeah, bloodline, and she didn't kill Kojima, which is part of her bloodline.
Right.
And Kojima even says, "I wish I didn't fuck this up." And guess what? Kate did. Mm-hmm. She spared him. So the movie doesn't give us that. They don't give it. They just don't. They just give it to us in retrospect. So, because we're supposed to assume she killed them.
I'm still confused as to what the fuck she shot.
That's what I was going to bring out.
That's the ground.
That was like the one thing.
Just shot the ground.
Like, what the fuck did you shoot?
Well, easy because they had an idea. Well, because the whole movie was expounded.
So this is how I thought. So when we were watching the film,
sure.
When we were watching the film,
because this is so straightforward.
I said this to Nick. I was like, so I bet you by the end, everyone will be dead, and the kid will go off with Woody Harrelson's character. That's how I thought.
I can't believe you thought that. I was like, Woody Harrelson's definitely dead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if
he's dead as fuck. I knew he looks like Obadiah Stane. I'm like, these people are not clever. He's a bad guy. I called that in the first scene.
But what I'm saying is how they do that, like with Kate getting shot and everything, and then it ends. It kind of ended basically how I thought it would. That's where I was like, oh shit, it's still fucking going.
But I felt like they removed Ani's agency from the rest of the film. She was somebody who was willing to scrap in there, scratch somebody, grab a gun.
Well, she did kill the one dude.
Kill someone, killed the gameman. I'm just kind of like,
which he's a musician, by the way, and he's.
Can I tell you that again? I want to reiterate. I think that's one of the best fights in the film. It's a really good fight. Just because you kind of see, it's very Daredevil-esque from Netflix. Yeah. The idea of watching two people just run out of resources, trying their best, and just our protagonist isn't safe.
Yeah. I mean, she was literally going to get killed if Ani wouldn't have
shot by fucking Ani.
Yeah.
Which I cannot believe we didn't have a generic. I feel like you missed a move. Like, you shot me. Like, where she goes, does it hurt? I go, well, yeah.
Well, that would take
more
you out of the
because
moment.
you did it. That kind of thing. Like, we could have had a line like that.
It was stupid. That would just be a stupid comedy thing, and it would be dumb.
No, but if
what they did,
you can write it good though. You can just go like
good, but it would just be like you said, generic. That's all it would be, is just generic.
But I think it should have been there. If you're gonna do all the generic nonsense, I think you should have
get away from generic shit.
No, I think you should have done it. I think you should have done it.
Your thoughts are wrong, sir.
Oh, I disagree.
But I do like how after Ani hit the dude, killed him, and eventually
with a bottle. Yes,
with the bottle, she had the blood on her face and started going into that panic attack. I really liked that scene.
I did too.
If you would have gone from that panic,
there's no payoff. Scene, It sucks. There's no payoff.
But if you would have gone from that panic attack scene to your stupid generic, oh my god, does it hurt? That would be dumb.
Okay, well, okay. Leading the witness. Try again.
How?
What the fuck are you saying? Yeah,
well,
you know
scene comes.
You're trying to make it sound like I think that this should have had a little bit more weight and a little more conversation and a little bit more going on, and you just wanted to cut to something else to undercut that. That's first, not an argument. Second, all you're doing is cutting it would be stupid. But also, you're just cutting an idea at the knees, which I think is kind of sad
because it's not a good idea.
You could do both. A lot of the fun is when two characters that you understand motivation, understand their goals and stuff, when they have dialogue, as long as you make it purposeful, it's more engaging. I don't care what anybody says. That shit is way more engaging than a fight scene. 100%. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You give me 5 solid fight scenes and action scenes, at least a good ending. As long as all that dialogue and purpose and all the thingies line up, woof. That is so valuable. It's valuable. Like, I mean, what do people talk about at the end of the day? Down into the lava. One of these. Just down into the lava. That's the scene. They don't talk about, most people forget that spear goes through the back of Arnie and he gets turned off. Like, people forget about that shit.
Only people that don't remember the movie.
No, I'm dead ass. People don't remember that shit. I could talk to you guys in probably 3 days. I guarantee you guys will forget way more scenes than I would. Okay. You already proved it 3 times on this cast alone. It happens. Like, it happens. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what I'm saying is that when they do something really, really good, it should be praised. When they do something where they missed, it's so obvious nowadays. It's because that all of us doing what we do now, we're very hypersensitive. That's all. We are much more noticeable. That's it. We understand, and some of us have been behind the camera and understand why certain things get moved or cut or things or poops and blizz and just get to poops.
Okay, moving on.
Because at this point, it doesn't really matter what I say.
Yeah,
nobody's listening.
You're just saying dumb shit.
I can't afford it.
No, not everything you were saying was dumb, but most.
I know. I feel you. Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
You all right, dude?
No, the cat farted.
Yeah, been there. Did it to me in my face 2 days ago. In my face, in bed.
So we're at the end, and they have.
No, we cannot end on cat fart.
No, I'm saying we're at the end of the film. There's some stuff here I really enjoyed that when Kate comes into Renji's building, she has all of the other Yakuza with her, which really helped because I was like, there's no way.
That was cool.
There's no way at this point in the movie she would have been able to storm that building by herself. There's just no way. And I really like that they incorporated them with her doing it because it helps push her to that end point where she needs to get to, which was really nice.
Myke, can I give my 4 bullshit things? Because I think most people who'd watch this would understand the fun moments and the finish off. So can I just, from the taxi with Kojima to the end, I'm going to do it quick. I promise I do it under 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to go nice and quick.
Go.
Here we go. So they're in the taxi. Kojima's still got his arm thingy. They both talk about honor, blah, blah, blah. Kate still has the sunglasses. Okay. Had no idea she had them. Second, I think just for fun, if one of the lenses had been broken, would have been kind of dope. Second, I wish she would have held them on her, like in her hands, instead of putting them on. Because the scene where she walks in wearing them with all the Yakuza behind her, fucking badass scene. I love that fucking scene. I love it. But I feel like they took away a couple of things. Those sunglasses have been around for like half the movie at this point. They should be broken or fucked up or in some way, something. But the fact that then it would be neat that she's holding them, thinking about her flashback, and then the next scene is her wearing them, coming and kicking some ass. After she says the word, she's worth it. Boom. I think that's better. I think they ruined it. That's a payoff I think they ruined. I think they also ruined the Boom Boom Lemon payoff. Random 90-year-old dude just kind of pulls it out of an armrest. Horseshit. Horseshit.
I think
I don't
was
like
a
it.
cooler built into the armrest, by the way.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. What I thought would have been kind of cute. Imagine, remember how I talked about like they shoot each other up and they both watch each other die? Imagine if he had like a little beer cooler and he had like Cristal and all this nonsense in it. And there was one Boom Boom Lemon because he always held it for her. And the idea is that he was going to try and turn her to the group. So he always had one in the fridge for her. She drinks it. Sense. Why not?
Because he's there because he knows she's coming to kill them all.
So what? It's there. Doesn't matter. What, he's going to empty a fridge when he's getting shot at?
It's not.
And also, it's no different than some random, but it's also no different than some random Asian dude she just met who has Boom Boom Lemon in his armrest.
Yeah, showing that they're not that different.
But Varric would have it. He already gave it to her at the beginning of the movie, so he knows if he was actually going to try and put her on like the other his side.
Then instead,
nah, I think it'd be cute if he knew he was going to die. One of two things would happen: either it would be in some kind of fridge in that room because he wanted to be a Yakuza, and he even says that I wanted her to be part of the game. He didn't know that she was going to be fucked over. You got to remember, this whole movie takes place within 24 hours. So there's not this big crazy happenstance. I think it would have been interesting if she took a shot of that or drank it and then killed him, or they both died together and that was her last sip. It was her last meal and it would have been done. And she does it in front of him when he gave her the bottle for the first job we watch. I think that would have been a much more solid payoff than her just randomly drinking half of a bottle randomly from a guy that I go, why do you even have that? That old dude, I'm like, why do you even have that? And he doesn't even say why. He just has it. Well, no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just saying, canonically, I'm just asking why. What a waste. What a waste of a payoff. We bring it up a lot. She asks a couple of times, which gotta say, you would think in a movie like this with Woody Harrelson, this is essentially the Twinkie. It's the Twinkie. And the fact that the payoff is just so...
But see, you're only just making that comparison because he's in the film.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the movie wanted
me to do that. I don't know if you're making that or not. Because
no, the movie wanted a payoff for the Boom Boom Lemon. They bring it up 3 times. She brings it up 3 times in random ass places. Asks people... that I'm surprised she even asks. It was something she wanted and she can't find it. So then at the end of the movie, it's just like, oh, that's lame. Like we didn't even get like a payoff. It's not a real payoff. She just drinks it because some dude pulls it out of an armrest. That's lame. It's lame. It's a really lame payoff. It's a super lame payoff.
You're just
it really is
symbolism with them being.
No, imagine like Woody Harrelson with 6 bullets in him, and he goes, "Hey, I really wanted you to be part of this."
Fuck that.
And then he gives it to her, and she drinks it, and they both die together. Like I don't know, it would be more emotionally connected.
That's just another generic moment that you want created.
How is that generic?
If they
That's
would have
it.
done those generic things, you would just be bitching that they did generics.
But then you don't. But then you don't argue about the other one. No, I'm saying this is a shitty payoff. I'm saying I'm fine with the generics. I've even said that. If anything, it's a strong suit of the film. The problem is that we had a bunch of payoffs that are shit. We saw them coming a mile away. I think the payoffs could have been better. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with it being generic. This is literally Crank meets John Wick. It's literally what this movie is. I don't care. I think Mary Elizabeth Winstead does okay. I think she does a great job. The like I said, the Kabuki theater fight, kind of fun. Survives a lot of stuff that I don't think she should, especially when they get into the alleys and stuff. After
that's just action plot armor, though.
But you know what I mean. But you know, it doesn't justify it. But at the same time, I'm like, I enjoy it. I don't care. I'm having fun. Fuck off. I'm having fun. But at the same time, it's like, oh man, you guys really pick and choose when people get hurt and when they die and when things happen. Like it's very, very interesting. But like I said, to be completely honest, again, I have to keep reiterating, I would give this movie probably a 6. I would say a 6, 6.5. I think it's relatively good. I would definitely not say great. And I'd be willing to say after you watch it one or two more times, it's probably going to be more of a 5. But I think it's right in the middle. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of it was the camera work and the actual cinematography. My pretentiousness gives it an extra point. That's why I like 6. I think it's really fun to watch. It's really fun to watch. Even though I know everything that's going to happen, it gives me an opportunity to enjoy the superficial. Because I'm like, oh, the story's not even trying. So I'll just enjoy the visuals. So then I'll adjust accordingly based on
All right,
that.
well,
That's where I'm at.
Tibbs,
That's where I'm at.
any
Sorry
last
if
words?
that sounds mean, but that's the best I can do.
No, you're good. Tibbs, you got any last words and what you think of the movie?
I enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Definitely, if you are into action anime, it might appeal to you a bit more. And yeah, this is definitely, like I said, keep saying this is the Hitman we should have gotten all along.
Hit women.
Awesome. I can't.
I
Make
liked
that
it. I
comparison.
thought it's better than the Hitman movies.
There's a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you
things
right
better
now.
than the Hitman movies.
I'll tell you right now, both fuck both those fucking terrible films.
God, how do they keep ruining it?
This is much better.
Well-
if you like Skyfall, you'll fucking love this movie because it's not boring. It's not boring at all. This movie is not boring.
No, I so my final thoughts on it, I enjoyed it. It was nice to watch an action movie again that I haven't seen and like really actually enjoy it. Like I said, I watched Gunpowder Milkshake a few weeks back and it's a fun movie, but it's not as good as this.
You mean The
for
Legend
sure.
of the Great Libido? Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I bought the
but yeah,
DVD, by
I
the way.
really enjoyed, like John said, the cinematography in this is beautiful. Camera work is great. I mean, they do some weird stuff here and there, but I'm like, yeah, I could see it working in other things sometimes, but not necessarily in the way they used it.
You could tell they were trying.
Yeah.
They were trying something new, and you just sit there and go, you have a giggle. You go, really? Was that necessary?
The one that took me out of it for a second was the whole camera turn as they were flipping her over.
100%.
And I was just like,
dude.
what was that? Like,
And if people want a specific, it is during the Kabuki theater fight scene where everything is like the white, where they fake Mortal Kombat and they're all eating in like a tea house or whatever. This dude literally grabs her and flips her into a table. So they're like, well, I mean, they flip her. All right, let's take the camera. And then they're like, it's fucking absurd.
what were you gonna say, Tivis, about that?
Unnecessary.
Well, I was just gonna say, once again, it's I believe that was an idea taken straight from anime. God, I swear I've seen that exact scene in Cowboy Bebop.
And look, we'll make fun of it. And I wouldn't even have a problem believing that then maybe they're testing stuff out in their indies.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a lot of editing in this. I think you could have really dropped about 15 minutes. I don't even want to take that much. I'd say like 10 minutes, and the story would be a little bit stronger. I actually enjoyed Ani. I didn't really talk on her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
She's very westernized. A lot of profanity, a bit too much. I wish they would have dialed it back, but I do think it really works for her character, especially later when she like starts yelling at people to speak Japanese. I think, or speak English when they are speaking Japanese, or vice versa. I think that's very interesting.
So before
they do have a message, though. I will get this out here.
Yeah.
Calm down. This movie is not woke. I understand people might think so. This movie is not woke. It has one message towards the end, which I promise you, if you cut 30 seconds out, it would be totally fine. Kojima talks about the Western culture being this big shitty virus that goes everywhere and ruins everything. I understand why people think that that's a thing, but that's not true. We all know that America is the freest fucking country in the world, and we go off and free other people. Shut up. That is horseshit. So it should be cut from the movie, but after that, they talk about culture and stuff, and I think that is extremely justified, and I think it's very, very good. And I like the idea of the Western culture coming in and him being bitter about it, but the other stuff he says,
which I mean, you can say
feels
the same
very,
thing.
very specific.
People do the same thing here, though. There's always going to be some people that don't accept the culture change.
They're calling us a virus, dude.
Yeah, well,
like, I'm sorry.
Have you seen
the Western culture is a virus? You can go suck a dick. Secondly, we're the only ones that have a constitution, so go fuck yourself. And second,
because people actually
on
care
top
about
of
that, right?
Nobody does. But at the end of the day, it's just like, okay, Nick, go fuck yourself.
As far as
don't come here then. Don't come
actress,
here. Get the fuck out. Get
the actress who played Ani, this was her first. This was her first non kid or family friendly thing that she did. She did a show called Finny the Shark, and then she did Kate, and she did like one episode of Carl's Car Wash.
Look, Tivis, I know you're butthurt, but like, I'm not gonna.
John. People were talking. Now shut up.
Nah, when Hannah gets butthurt, I'm not gonna stone her in the street.
So yeah, I thought she actually did a really good job for this, looking like it's her first performance on screen. I don't even know
who she is. I've never even heard of her.
It's because, awesome. Like I said, this is her first live action thing that she's done. She's done voiceover work for some kids' cartoons, and that's it.
She's awesome. I think she did a great job. I think
Patricia Martinu.
Oh man,
Martino.
She should have been the Chicken Birds of Prey. Oh, that was the thing I was going to talk about. You and your fucking bullshit Birds of Prey stuff. This is the Huntress movie that should have been. It's literally her having a revenge system against a organized crime. That's it. The only difference is her origin, her motivation. That was it.
Yeah.
That she wanted to kill the people that were fucking her over. Well, imagine this is Huntress going off and doing all the exact same stuff because they killed her family. You could have even done it in Japan if you really wanted to. The Yakuza killed her family, and that's why nobody in Gotham knew who the fuck she was. She'd be like Ronin. Then she shows up, and then we have a movie with Black Canary where she does it all in Chicago or New York or Atlanta. She does all that, and then Harley just does Gotham, and then all of a sudden, all three of them all go after Black Mask because we found out Black Mask was doing all of it. Boom, there you go.
Now
that
John's
was your Birds of Prey movie.
John's gonna start writing DC's.
No,
Willie.
but seriously, that was your Birds of Prey movie. This is nonsense. I'm sorry. I even said, what did I say when we talked about Birds of Prey? I said, Huntress, that should have been her movie. She had the most interesting backstory. And the other one, because, you know, when you think seedy, like underground nonsense gang shit, of course they own a bar. Of course they own some of the cops. Of course they own the banks. They got their hands in there. So she's the mafia person running around. She's like a ghost with a vagina. And then everybody else shows up. You know what I mean? I think that could have been way better, but really at the end of the day, what did we all want? We wanted a movie for Harley. We wanted a movie for Black Canary because Michael cries every time he sees the Black Canary cry because he's got 3 labias and a, you know, and a clit.
You're just mad that my clit's bigger than your dick.
All right. Stop telling people the truth on the internet, please.
All right, let's finish this up, guys.
But I'm just saying, I think after this movie, I was gonna say take it back, but no, fuck that. I was right. 100%. I think a Huntress movie should happen, and I think they should just reboot and do Birds of Prey in like 4 years. Even if you don't get it with Margot Robbie, it's as if you can't find some fucking dipshit who can be hard.
I think you could have cut that some words sooner and just had that be the description for most DC films. Just reboot.
Just redo it.
Hey, the Suicide Squad is fine. I was being a bitch about it, but it's fine. It's better than.
Yeah.
I would prefer to watch the old one because it's so bad, but the other one is the new one with James Gunn is good. It's
So
like
what
5.5.
What I'm hearing
5.56.
after our movie discussion on Kate is hashtag release the haircut.
Marvel's Kate. I think watch it.
Winslow?
I would say watch it. I
Yes.
think it's fun. I think
would
it's
say watch
fun.
this
I
one
think
too.
the stylistic nature of it is awesome. I love the stunt work. I love the stunt work and camera movements. I love it. As a film snob, I love the one shots. It feels really aggressive. I enjoy it. I love it. The
Awesome.
acting is fucking great. The lighting is beautiful. Music, can I say music is kind of bland,
Dude, you had
boring,
your
and I don't
last
give a
words.
fuck.
What are you doing?
I even forgot that they even had music in it at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Shh.
I want better music. Hans Zimmer, help me out.
Silence.
Sorry.
All right. So
This is what happens when we watch one movie. I have to dive in.
this is
I
gonna
enjoy
be
it. Like,
John because I'm making him wait.
Well,
2
people
weeks now
didn't
to
see it
record.
coming. I actually enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the movie.
Hopefully we can rein this shit in better next week or next
Well,
time.
I enjoyed the movie. Shut up. Go fuck yourself.
Good. I
had
enjoyed the
fun.
movie too.
I had fun.
Tivis, what did you think about today's show and the movie?
I liked both.
That's not your catchphrase.
I'm changing it up.
Well, I got to keep saying
Damn.
Michael fucks you up constantly. Hey, Tivis, may I hook you up?
No.
So what'd you think of the movie today?
I liked it.
Yeet.
What'd you think of the
What
show?
the hell accent did I just do?
A
right.
sexy one? That
Mike,
What
turned
happened
me
to
on.
me?
My quote for
I-
the day.
Dude, I am harder than
John.
astrophysics right now. Oh, sorry.
My quote from the day comes from the movie Kate by Steven.
No, Steven, no, please.
From Steven in Kate. 2021. Go check it out on Netflix right now, guys. It's actually pretty fun.
Wow,
movie.
what a stupid quote.
From
I wanted to
Steven.
make the same joke, but I didn't.
You're welcome.
I mean, listen, the worst way to start a conversation is hey, it's boring, it's dull, it's for horses. So anything but that. I'm Steven.
Hey guys, let's bye. Later, nerds.
Peace.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Thanks and have a great day.